Welcome in, everybody, for another edition of Black Bears Hockey on YouTube. Brooks Hill joined by my former partner, Alex Jones, in just a minute as we get set for the fourth matchup of the season between the Binghamton Black Bears and the Danbury Hat Tricks. For the first time this season, the Black Bears lost the game in regulation time as they fell to the Watertown Wolves by a final score of 5-1. Nikita Ivashkin scored the first goal of the game halfway through the first period for his career number 99, one away from the century mark, something only 6 other players have done in Binghamton hockey history. Hopefully he can crack triple digits later on tonight. Unfortunately for the Black Bears, that's where the scoring stopped, as the second period was one to forget. And just like the night before when they scored 4 goals in 2 minutes, Watertown was able to score 4 goals in the second frame, and that would be the difference maker on the road. Nolan Egbert was pulled halfway through the game as Connor McAnanamaw relieved him of his duties. For the first time this season, the Black Bears went to a backup goaltender during the game. Tonight, Sam Lavecchi, back off of the 15-day IR, will make his return here to Binghamton. He is 3-0 on the year, going to face off with Connor McCollum. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth during the goaltending matchup, brought to you by our friends over at Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company. As I welcome in my partner, Alex Jones. First off, Alex, good to have you back up here in the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales broadcast booth. Feels like home. It
really does, Brooks. I'm so glad to be back. Cole's been doing a great job so far this year. Had to head home on break for the holiday, so they needed me to step up, and I stepped up.
Yeah, you know, next man up mentality, just like the Black Bears are going to be doing tonight. When we come back, we're here from the head coach himself, Brant Sherwood. By the Court Gesture Athletic Club. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're right back after these messages here on YouTube.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back in action on Wednesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. It's a special Thanksgiving Eve game, perfect for the entire family. Grab those tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things.
Good things.
Like calming tempers down.
Good things.
And passing them around.
So stand up and cheer. We're back to the beer.
Good things.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back into the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental always makes your smile their priority. You can schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148. Unfortunately, they are closed tomorrow for Thanksgiving, but we appreciate all the work that Triple Cities Family Dental does with the team and also sponsoring the pregame show each and every night here on the Black Bears YouTube. And Alex, I know that you were not with us for our remote watch party and broadcast last week, but I know you were able to watch some of the game. What were your thoughts about last time out for the Black Bears?
Yeah, it was a tough game for the Black Bears. You could tell that the season, they've been on such a hot run that their energy levels were a little down. They were a little slow. Started off with a big Ivashkin goal. That was a great goal by Nikita. But after that, everything just seemed to slow down in that second frame, as you said. And you can tell the long season's catching up. They're starting to get a little dinged up, starting to get a little bumps and bruises here and there. And this type of game was always bound to happen, right? When you start out with 7 wins and 3 overtime losses, your first 10, you get a point in every single game. Eventually something like that is going to happen where, you know what, it just wasn't the Black Bears night, and credit to Watertown for coming out there and putting it on them. They could have just sat back on their laurels and allowed that to be a close game where the Black Bears maybe snuck one right at the end, and they just really laid it on during that second period.
All right, let's talk about the dings and the bumps and bruises here for both teams. It's tonight's Court Gesture Athletic Club injuries and scratches update. Let's start with the visiting Danbury hat-tricks tonight. Kyle Gonzalez has been placed on the IR for Coach McCleary's club. John McDonald is out due to a personal reason tonight. Michael Falenga is scheduled to come off of the 15-day IR tomorrow, so not available tonight, but should be available on Friday for the rematch in Danbury. Daniel Amesbury is a healthy extra tonight. He is also celebrating the birth of a recent child, so congratulations to the Amesbury family on that. He is out of the lineup tonight. And former Black Bear and now Danbury hat-trick, who had a goal last week against the Watertown Wolves, tied the game up at 1 before Danbury defeated Watertown 2-1. Narek Alexanian, also a healthy extra tonight in the out of Coach McCary's lineup card. So Gonzalez, McDonald, Falenga, Amesbury, and Alexanian out tonight for the Danbury hat-tricks. Turning over to the Black Bears, a couple of bumps and bruises. Connor Smith is out tonight. He is listed as day-to-day with an upper body concern. No timetable set on his return, and Mathieu Boilard did skate with the team both Monday and Tuesday of this week, but as a precaution, still out of the lineup, dealing with a lower body injury. And tonight's third goalie for the Black Bears, a healthy extra, Nolan Egbert.
And you know what, Brooks, as I said in the intro, you're starting to see those bumps and bruises. Mathieu with a lower body injury, Connor Smith with an upper body injury. We saw Kirkby on the bench for the Watertown game, and at the end of the Black Bears game on last Saturday against Elmira, or last Friday against Elmira. So you see a lot of those things start to add up as the season starts to wear on. It's almost like a phase. So we hit waves. And this is going to be a wave where everybody's a little banged up, everybody's a little dinged up, headed into the holiday season, where things, once we get through December into January, your body kind of gets back in that flow and is able to recover significantly better. You get used to doing the things you need to do to keep your body healthy. And so this stretch is going to be incredibly important. As the Black Bears are dinged up, they need to keep these games close and really stay in it, because that can make the difference at the end of the season if you drop every game, let's say, over the next month.
Well, every point matters. Coach Sherwood talks about that a whole lot. And speaking of that, I caught up with Coach Sherwood a little bit earlier today to talk about the bumps and the bruises and the three-game matchup here coming up against Danbury. So let's take a deep dive inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. We'll be back in just a minute. Now joined by head coach Brant Sherwood inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. Friendly reminder that Good Times with Coach show coming up on Tuesday, November 28th at 6 p.m. We hope you enjoy a happy Thanksgiving with your family coming up here tomorrow. And Coach Sherwood and the Black Bears, for the first time this season, find themselves on the opposite side of the win column. But 10 games in, got to be pretty happy with the way the guys have played so far this year.
Yeah, I'm very happy with our first 10 games. Not too happy with the 11th, but it's just something to learn from. So we'll dig deep this week. We got a bunch of guys injured and got some guys sick, but no excuses. Time to take it to these Danbury hat tricks.
You talked about one day in practice this week of treating it like a playoff series. You know, last year was a best of 3 against the hat tricks, and that was kind of your approach that you were taking it towards this week with a game Wednesday, then Friday, and then Saturday, the finale for the weekend.
Yeah, so, I mean, the first 3 games we played, we obviously won that series, but now it's a new series, and Danbury's got some reinforcements this week if you paid attention to the transactions. So they have a full, healthy roster of 24 players. They burned a lot of 4-game PTOs. So what I'm expecting is a much better Danbury team and kind of a weakened Black Bears team, and kind of seeing what we can do with that adversity. We really have to step up, and I think it's going to be a lot tighter than the previous matches.
Goaltender Sam Levechi coming off the 15-day IR for the Black Bears. Talk about Sam's progress that he's made through in practice, especially battling back from spending some time away.
He's doing great. So it's like one of those week-long injuries. Probably shouldn't have went 2 weeks, but he's been in full form in practice for about a week or so. So you can just look to kind of see his activity in that those kind of cross crease saves. He's very quick with his reflexes, and that's what we can expect from him tonight.
All right, Coach. Thank you and good luck tonight.
Thanks so much, Brooksy.
All right, that's the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood. More coming up after these messages on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back in. Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show wrapping up. As you can hear, our good friend Frank Perney calling out the starting lineup tonight for the Binghamton Black Bears. Looks like it'll be the line of Captain Tyson Kirkby in the middle, Gavin Yates and Austin Thompson on his wings, and the Adrian College Bulldogs on defense, Dakota Bond and Daniel Stone playing defense for the Black Bears. And in goal, number 30, Sam Lavecchi, making his fourth start of the season, Alex.
Yeah, and you know what? Sam in his last start did exceptionally well. He was really going over the place before he had that injury. So it's going to be interesting to see how he bounces back from that, how he comes back into the game. You know, it's always difficult when you're coming off the IR as a player. A lot of times you haven't been able to practice with the team, haven't been able to do the things you want to do with the guys. Your flow's a little off. Everything's a little off for you. So you know what? It's important for Sam to make a couple big saves early, kind of shake off the cobwebs and really get after it. I think this Danbury team is going to get some shots on net very quickly. And so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares as coming off the IR.
All right. Thank you for listening in to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the ceremonial puck drop right after these messages. You're watching the Binghamton Black Bears on YouTube.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Caught the tail end of Danielle Broom's version of the national anthem, doing a fantastic job. And while we have the opportunity, as it pops up on your screen here momentarily, tonight's Thompson and Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup. Connor McCollum for the Danbury Hat-Tricks, 5-2-0 on the year, has only sat out 2 games for this Danbury club so far. .235 goals against average and a save percentage, of 9-4-0. Facing off with the Black Bears, Sam Lavecchi, 3-0-0 on the year, a 911 save percentage and a goals against average of 2.67. So almost as even as you can get them, Alex.
Yeah, and I think that save percentage for McCollum is a little inflated. Danbury's given up a lot of shots early in the season. There are a lot of pucks getting on the net. Now, that's a lot of their defensive structure is basically keeping out the offensive guys taking in non-prime real estate shooting locations. So you get a lot of shots from bad angles where they're essentially keeping that center of the ice clean. So that's why that save percentage is so high, even though the goals against is above 2.
Well, and now we just saw the ceremonial puck drop take place, so we want to congratulate the Whitney Point field hockey team. All the ladies from the varsity field hockey team out here in attendance tonight. They are state champions, something that they always have their name attached to. And the captain just dropping the ceremonial puck, as you see. You know, honestly, I kind of like it, Alex. They were told to hold up the 1 for state champion, but I believe they all started putting up 3 or 4 for the four-peat. That's kind of sick.
And for Section 4 as well, Brooks.
Okay.
The section well. You know, they've been one of the most dominant forces in field hockey in the state for quite some time, and it's excellent to see a program like that out there come out and get the recognition.
Yeah, and I think they were a little premature on the puck drop, but nonetheless, everybody got their screen time, smiling for the camera as those young ladies make their way back up into the stands. We want to congratulate Whitney Point field hockey again on being the Section 4 representatives in the state championship game, and once again coming home with the gold medal. The only thing left to do, Alex, is put the puck on the ice, and we are ready to go here. Black Bears in hat trick scheduled for at least 60 minutes of competitive FPHL hockey. Game 4 of 18 between the two sides is officially underway as Binghamton had first touch on the face-off. Now they pull it back in the defensive zone, and Adrian College Bulldog Dan Stone wraps it in around the boards, trying to get the Black Bears on the forecheck early in this one. Back across for the newly returned Sam Dabrowski for the Danbury hat tricks. He scored a goal in the last time these two teams met in Danbury.
It was an excellent hit by Bond Brooks.
Now McCollum with a little bit of a wardrobe change. Last time Black Bears fans saw him, he was wearing number 30, but now tonight, and what I'm being told for the rest of the year, is he will be wearing number 29. Backup goaltender Kevin Lake now wearing 31. This puck is not ice, and a sharp angle shot from McKittrick is easily snared by Lavecchi for his first touch of the puck.
Well, and as I said before the game, Sam coming off IR, that's the kind of save you want to get. Just get the glove active, start really feeling it, get your body right, start to get your mind in the game. It was a long layoff until he got back, and that's a good save for him to start out with.
Stoicheski doing battle with Brendan Stanko, and the Black Bears will win this face-off. Try to get it out. Jesse Anderson playing forward tonight in Connor Smith's spot, as Smith is unavailable due to an upper body concern. So 5 defensemen temporarily now for the Black Bears, and I've been told they have a game plan for a certain scenario that would see Anderson draw back onto the blue line later on tonight, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Ivashkin lost it in his feet, and that'll allow Danbury to skate it back out into the neutral zone, and that would just be thrown down the ice as Danbury wants to change all 5 skaters here. Ivashkin tips it in the zone, and he will follow suit like Danbury, and the third line getting their first game time, or game minutes I should say here rather tonight. That's Justin Somero along with Andrew Logar and Josh Fletcher in the middle. Thomas Ray is going to be the extra forward tonight for the first time this season. So you got 4 guys who have been grinding and hustling for playing time here, and it'll be a big opportunity for those guys as Danbury is winning the skate race to the spot, and this is going to come back in the offensive zone for the hat tricks here. But those 4 guys have been battling out through that third line all season long here, and I really think you can plug in any one of those guys into the extra forward and give your lineup a little bit of boost at any point in the game.
Yeah, and Brooks, honestly, it was on that last play, a really unfortunate play by Logar, who I think was on this side. He had the puck across the red line where he would have got called for icing. In his shot motion, brought it back across, and it was released behind the red line.
Getting our first look at Connor Woolley, that's 12 in orange. Danbury, a little bit of a color rush uniform here tonight like last year on Thanksgiving. Binghamton wearing the Night Ranger jerseys for the first time this year. So an ode to the Binghamton Rangers from back in the day in the 90s. Big seller on the concourse. I think they might have already been sold out of the jerseys before the puck ever dropped, Alex.
Yeah, it was very slim pickings as I was walking to the booth before the game, Brooks. And I think the fans who got in early grabbed the rest of them.
Tyson Kirkby tries to saucer it up for Gavin Yates, but it's going to be stolen by Ruiz. That's captain on captain. And an off-angle shot from Ruiz will be caught by Lavechi, and another glove save for the young goalie, only 21 years of age.
And you know what? Sam was talking to us earlier, Brooks. He just got some brand new gear himself, goal. And the gloves, the pads, everything matches up with tonight's jersey.
It does. Black and green, just like the team color scheme. As Bedard throws a wrister looking from a tip from Ratcliffe, didn't get to the spot in time. Binghamton will pull it back on their own side and start the breakout from behind their own net. You know, Lavechi had these pads last week at practice, as you heard from Coach Sherwood in the Tully's coach's corner, that probably could have played last week, but they erred on the side of caution early in the season, holding him out. Another week is Danbury will score as Dabrowski, with a very sharp angle shot, goes off the bottom of the crossbar and in, and Danbury leads 1-0.
Almost hurts himself on the celly too, Brooks. Really hopped up there, got on the back leg. It was an excellent shot, though. It bar down right in the back of the net. Sam didn't know what happened to it. It was just a perfect shot by Dabrowski.
Yeah, Dabrowski getting the puck from Ratcliffe, and Binghamton thought they got a stick in the way, but Dabrowski just lifts it right over it underneath the bar. And as Alex said, he almost lost his footing right there jumping into the glass. So Danbury leads 1-0 here on the road. And now Binghamton, who does not have a shot on goal yet, will look to generate some offense.
And Brooks, this is one of those problems you have when you have to jumble up the lines, when you have guys who get injured, who are no longer with the team. That continuity that's been there through those first 11 games, it breaks up a little bit when you start losing those pairings and combinations.
So Binghamton now with control of the puck at the red line. Stanka will dump it in. Also another new look hat trick for Binghamton faithful. This is Samuel Tetreault, 71 in orange, as that shot is going to be blocked by a Black Bear on the way through. Anderson playing forward up here tonight, blocks the shot from McKittrick, and now Stanko off the wall, but trying to get it back over to his assistant captain, but Bond will steal a man on in the corner. That was McKittrick. Ratcliffe down on a knee, misfired, and Binghamton trying to get the puck out of their own zone right now. Danbury doing a good job on the forecheck. Muscall has a high riser that's blocked by Dina Cola. That is Parker Muscall, who's been on 8 teams since the 2018 and 19 season, who was working in the front office with the Baton Rouge Zydeco, but now on a 4-game PTO with the Danbury Hat Tricks.
Always interesting when you see a guy go from the front office to the ice, Brooks.
Well, it's a good thing that we're not doing that, because we would be straight out of luck.
And gas.
Yes. Binghamton chips this one ahead again. No icing, as Black Bears held shotless here in the first 3 minutes and change. Penalty coming up against Binghamton as Thomas Ray is going to get called for a penalty. Kuznetsov throws it in on target, shoulder down by Lavechi, backhander denied, and finally a stoppage of play with 15:02 left to go here in the period as the linesman intervened very quickly.
Looks like it's going to be interesting. Definitely on Ray, maybe a checking from behind or a cross check. Just a really unnecessary penalty there. The puck was in the corner. You saw the stop sign of the numbers. You cannot throw a check when that guy is there. You just can't do that, unfortunately, Brooks.
So with Lavechi coming off of the IR, Thomas Ray placed on a 4-game PTO.
Pretty clear cross check, Brooks. Brings both hands through the back and just finishes them down through the ice with the stop sign of the back numbers. For those who don't know, that's what's sort of a safety thing for players. When you see those back letters, that means you see a stop sign you can't hit, unlike the old days.
So 5 minutes gone now. Danbury up 1-0. Shots on goal 5-0. And now Danbury will send their power play unit out onto the ice. Danbury averaging 12% on the season. If they have a struggle in their game, it has been the power play, but with some reinforcements this weekend, they're trying to start the weekend off right and really take the crowd out of this one already as we have a whistle.
We're going 4-on-4, Brooks. It looks like it's going to be a cross check on Walters. He got it in the back from, what number is that?
That's Dabrowski.
Who is a big, big guy, 6'4", 203. That would not feel good to get you in the kidneys.
It will not, and speaking of feeling good, I will feel really good because now we're headed to a timeout. Give the Black Bears an opportunity to regroup, reset, come back. We got 4-on-4 hockey for 90 seconds coming up right after this.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options.
Welcome back into the first period, brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. If you're interested in all things billiards, you need to make sure you check them out at their store in Vestal, or you can visit them online, dragonbilliardsinstruction.com. Learn, shop, and repair all things billiards at their store in Vestal. So 4-on-4 hockey for 91 seconds as Sam Dabrowski gets a little too liberal with his stick, and JT Walters draws a cross-checking infraction. So it nullifies the Danbury power play. They are officially 0 for 1 on the night.
Ironically, I think this makes Danbury more likely to score, Brooks. They are anemic on their power play. Have been since I started broadcasting here. Is that Brendan Stanko with a goal?
Yeah, right on cue. It's the first 4-on-4 goal of the season for the Black Bears. Dakota Bond over to Brendan Stanko, and we're tied up here at 1.
And that was just an excellent job by the Adrian Bulldogs, working together, doing their thing. It was a really good play. Bond skated in, drew the defense out. Stanko filled in behind, puts the puck in the net. Brooks, as we see right here, pass over to Bond, drops it right to Stanko. Stanko Bears in the back of the net. 1-1 Black Bears.
A lot of open ice when you go to 4-on-4. And for the Black Bears, for the first time this year, they have scored a 4-on-4 goal. So we remain at 4-on-4. And Stanko right back out there on the ice, waiting for reinforcements. That shot will get deflected, stays in play off the top of the glass. Where Liam Anderson trying to go back across to Stanko. His pass is stolen by Abdella on the way through, and Danbury was trying to have a stretch pass over to Evan Lugo. That was unattainable. Back out into the neutral zone. We still got 40 seconds left of 4-on-4, and now it's Danbury's turn, jumping into the attacking zone. No quarter given by Brendan Stanko, and now Jesse Anderson 1-on-2. Saucers it up and tries to fire it on target. Blew a tire on his way down, seems to be okay, and he's going to get back here on defense.
A real awkward landing, Brooks. You hate to see somebody go in the board skate first like that.
So Dan Stone tries to fire it across ice for Bond, and thrown back in. This is icing against Danbury as we are even terms on the ice here for 11 more seconds. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Black Bears.
And with this icing, that's going to be a crucial error by the Hat Tricks. This gives the Black Bears a chance to set up a offensive zone faceoff where they can hold and maintain the puck, allow their player to get out of the penalty box and get a quick 30-second power play.
As Alex said, Binghamton going to be on the main advantage for 30 seconds. That coming in 8 seconds. Ivashkin over to Stone and off the bottom of the glove by McCollum. Nifty centering pass from Stone on the rebound. Danbury, though, does get over to the loose puck, and this is going to be flung high into the rainy and night sky down the length of the ice. I think Lavecchi didn't know that the power play had started as he let that one come all the way down. So Binghamton, a partial power play now for 15 seconds as they get this puck in. Yao quickly puts it out, and one final push coming up for the Black Bears.
I think, Brooks, because the defender had a chance to play it, it landed in front of him, that's what waved off the icing. Because otherwise, it was shot while they were on 4-on-4, so it still should have been icing. But as we break the power play.
And Kirkby gets across the zone, low angle, trying to open up, stuff chance, it stays out. Referee washes it out immediately as the puck bounces over all the way back up to the red line. Can't wait to see the replay on that one. Look out though, it's a turnover. Ruiz, back checked from behind by Gavin Yates, nullifying a grade A opportunity for Danbury.
I think they're going to have to go down to the iPad and look that one over, Brooks. I think that was a goal.
Weber cannot get that puck out, flown right back into the corner where Kirkby and Dabrowski will give battle for it. Held in temporarily by Danbury, but it hops over the stick at the last second by Tetreault. And Austin Thompson as the F1, that's the high forechecker for the Black Bears, trying to make it hard for Danbury. They can only dump it in. McKittrick trying to dance around Gavin Yates. Two of the smaller guys in stature doing battle in the corner right there, and it'll be the Black Bears player Yates skating away with the loose puck. Yates will try to split the defense, get around all three hat-tricks members, centering it up for Thompson, but knocked away by Nick DiNicola. Thrown right back in by Bond. Binghamton, though, has to touch up on the delayed offsides.
An excellent play by DiNicola, who saw what Anderson was trying, or what Yates was trying to do there as the hat-tricks give the puck away in their offensive zone.
And Binghamton tried to center up for Gavin Yates, instead going to be thrown back into the Binghamton end. They're playing it away from Sam Lavecchi, and I wonder if that's something that Coach McCleary has talked about here. Lavecchi, out of the three goaltenders, does come out of the net to play the puck the most, and when they throw it in that opposite corner, really making Lavecchi think twice about leaving his net.
Well, and we saw that a lot last year as well. Coach McCreary's club really likes doing that opposite zone and throw-in.
Bond Stone over to Ivashkin, indirect over for Jesse Anderson. Can't catch up to it as Danbury tries to clear it out of the zone. Ivashkin in the slot off of the glove of McCollum. Somebody's lost the stick in the process. It looks like it's Woolley. It's down in the corner. Fletcher taking away the eyes of the goaltender, remaining in front of the net. 77, Jesse Anderson. Give and go action with Josh Fletcher. Everybody's out of the penalty box, and Weber had a shot blocked by Kuznetsov. And Kuznetsov lost his stick on the way through, and I believe his own stick caught him up high in the nose area.
Yeah, that stings a lot, Brooks, getting caught up top like that. And even if it was during the shot, you can't get a high stick. If I understand the rule correctly, you can't get a high stick if it's on a follow-through of a shooting attempt.
So good on together talking about it, making sure that, oh, hey, that's a follow-through, and also I believe it was Kuznetsov owned his own stick.
But that hasn't stopped the officials before, Brooks. We've seen that a few times where somebody's own stick will catch them, and it looks like the opponent's stick did.
Face-off one back by the Black Bears, and Weber throws it right on target, where the Danbury goaltender, McCollum, not Parker.
Actually,
Connor.
Brooks, so Hines and Replay, our guys in the video booth, do a great job of pulling those up. We just saw it wasn't on a shot, but it was his own stick who hit him in the face.
Logar and Somero with some nice wing play from Josh Fletcher on that face-off to allow Binghamton a shot on goal. The horn sounds with exactly 10 minutes left to go, and the shots are now even at 5 and even on the big board at 1 apiece. We're taking a timeout. Come back right after these messages here on YouTube.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back in. First period brought to you by our friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. Black Bears now tying the game up at 1 thanks to Brendan Stanko's 8th goal of the season coming over from Dakota Bond and Jesse Anderson. After Danbury had the best start, I believe, of the season here, Binghamton did not have a shot in the first 4 minutes. Logar outside the dots, toe drag move in and out of the glove of McCollum. And it looks like a couple of players getting tangled up. McCollum, Fletcher, and Jared Yao all on top of each other. And the linesman very quick to intervene and get in between that.
And you can tell something, Brooks. These two teams do not like each other. Whenever Danbury and Binghamton get together, there is going to be a lot of heat in that game. It's getting spicy early.
Tunes of Garth Brooks, bringing everybody together here on Thanksgiving Eve. A lot of people back in town to the Binghamton area to celebrate the American holiday. And good to see some familiar faces around the arena. Haven't seen in quite a while now as Danbury comes back the other way. A 3-on-2. Dina Cola and McKittrick. Nice little give and go action on the left wing side. Lavecchi looking for the puck. It scrambles through the blue paint, and the Hat-Tricks get it back to the blue line. Tetrol throws it on target, looking for a tip from McKittrick, but Lavecchi down in the butterfly makes the save.
And great job by Sam seeing through the legs there. It was a little clustered in front of him, a little cluttered, a lot of feet going through. Able to occupy that puck immediately, kill it, freeze it, let your guys win the draw and take it out of the zone. As the Black Bears do just that, Kirkby wins the draw, heads down the opposite end of the ice, likely for an icing.
Almost won it too cleanly, and sometimes like that, you start the breakout and you take a couple seconds off the clock and it'll come back the other way here. As Danbury now will change their players. And they're going to send out the Ruiz line along with Dabrowski, the goal scorer, and Dina Cola. Excuse me, that's Ratcliffe, not Dina Cola. And for Danbury, a lot of the offense is run all through Ruiz and Dina Cola. Those are the only two players averaging more than a point per game so far through 11 games this season for the Hat-Tricks.
I was going to say at least a part of the Danbury roster. Park Pascal also averaging a goal per game.
That's true. Rebound denied by McCollum. Binghamton had an easy tap in, and I think sometimes you're so open that you think you just got to barely touch it, but McCollum pushes off the post and makes a leg save, keeping this game tied up at 1. Yates outside the dot, low angle, tried that same shot last week and it worked. This time catches the backside of the netting. Walters from a tip from Stanko, and McCollum makes the save standing up. Dabrowski takes a rough ride from Liam Anderson, no relation to Jesse. As now Danbury comes back the other way. Muscall with the toe drag, shot wide of the target. Ivashkin giving pressure to Kuznetsov, who turned it over to Stanko. 2-on-3 for the Black Bears. Stanko shot blocked by Yao, back up to the line. And this one tipped on the way through by Walters. Again, that time it was a Danbury player. Yates off the wall for Ivashkin. A little bit of line shuffling already going on here for Coach Sherwood's club, as Ivashkin doing some good job on the forecheck, getting it over to Stanko. Binghamton can roll the line change while keeping control of the puck momentarily. Got some fresh players out on the ice. And now Woolley at the red line will dump it in. Lavecchi this time has time to come out of his net and play it. And Anderson takes a peek. He saw that Ivashkin was up at the blue line, but Jared Yao was also waiting for him. But Anderson's now open on the wide side of the ice. Tried to stuff it in short side against McCollum, but held on to by the Danbury netminder.
And something I've noticed very early, Brooks, the Black Bears are taking a lot of no-angle shots. That makes me think that on film they're seeing something in McCollum where McCollum starts to cheat over or leaves that short side open. And so far, there's been 6 or 7 of those short side attempts on 9 shots. It really has been a lot as the Black Bears win the draw.
Yeah, Bond set play, giving it back to Jesse Anderson. Pass a little bit too soft to get over to Dan Stone on side, so Binghamton has to touch up. They will now do so, and actually they get over to the puck as it hopped over a Danbury defenseman. Broken stick, glove down by Stanko. Pemeleon, fresh twig. Jesse Anderson still looking for his first goal of the season. Tries to get it to Ivashkin instead. Crowd's going to put their arms up in the air, but I don't agree that they're going to get a call there. Bond down low for Ivashkin. Nikita spins off one hit, centering it up for Stanko. Missing the target was Brendan. And Danbury trying to clear. Pemeleon calmly reverses it over for Jared Yao. We've normally seen those two play with each other the first 3 times these teams met. Did not start that way here tonight, so both teams going through a little bit of line shuffling so far in the opening period. Dina Cola 1-on-3. Doesn't have any friends to pass to, and instead he turns it over to Stanko. The Black Bears in the process of a line change in the skates of Somero. Lost the handle on it, and Danbury right back on top, 2-on-3. The hat tricks come, but Fletcher intercepts a pass. And now Logar, slap shot denied by McCollum, and her hang on with 6:22 left to go.
And this has been a really back and forth period. If you love action-packed hockey, this is what you expect from two of the top teams in the league. I don't think that's I don't agree with the fans who are calling for it. Doesn't look like enough to get a penalty call for tripping, but one thing I've noticed is Nikita Ivashkin is playing a lot of play behind the net, really being a thorn in the side of Danbury in the forecheck.
Danbury will win the face-off and clear it back to Binghamton. This is icing, though, against the Black Bears. No, excuse me. I thought for sure that was going to be icing. My apologies to everybody. We keep the puck in play with 6 minutes and change left to go here in the opening period. Shots are now 12-6 favoring the Black Bears after they were outshot 5-0 in the first 5 minutes of this opening period. Somero knocks it past Abdella and can't split the double doors there as Danbury will close them shut, trying to split the defense, and Somero not getting an inch in between those two players. We got a penalty coming up against Dabrowski here, and Fletcher takes exception to that.
I mean, you got to take exception to that. That is a hit on one of your top players, and a really unnecessary one at that. A shot in the back while he's facing away. I would not be shocked if this is a long penalty for the hat-tricks.
Waiting to see from the off-ice officials what the indication was. And it is going to be a Binghamton power play here, so Dabrowski's going to sit down for 2 more minutes, the second time tonight. And for the first full time, at least for the time being, the Black Bears power play is out there on the ice. League-leading 15 goals scored, operating at 26%, so just above 1 for 4 on any given night.
And the power play unit has been one of the best units for the Black Bears. It's coming up through Brooks that it's a boarding call, pretty accurate boarding call as well. You can't follow through on the guy's head while he's facing the boards. Could have been checking from behind or elbowing as well, depending on how you wanted to cut that big.
So Kirkby will win the face-off, and Vaughn will play it over for Gavin Yates. Yates is run into immediately by Ruiz, and that'll allow Danbury to clear the puck right off the rip. First 10 seconds of the Henny Hard Seltzer power play gone for the Black Bears. Officially, they are 0 for 1, but they did score 4-on-4 when Dabrowski was in the box last time. Kirkby softly plays it over to Yates. Binghamton does a good job of staying on sides as Yates will throw on the brakes. Get everybody set up all the way across. Looking for Kirkby, a one-timer. And Tyson Kirkby takes a lucky bounce. I believe it went off Jared Yao. Power play goal for the Black Bears, and it's 2-1 Binghamton.
And that's why you hear old-time hockey and some of the greats, they just put the puck on net, because that kind of thing happens. Especially on the power play where you normally have a defender smack dab in front of the net, clearing out that front man, that blocker. Puck ends up on Gavin Yates. Kirkby throws it right off Yao into the back of the net. I thought for half a second, Brooks, that got tipped in by a Binghamton Black Bear, but it's going off Kirkby off Yao.
So time of the goal is 14:55. Binghamton now scoring the last 2 goals in this one, and we have a whistle right away.
It looks like we got a hand pass in the face-off, Brooks. That's what it's indicating. Brendan Stanko is saying that he hand passed out of the face-off. I'm not a rules expert, Brooks. I'm not sure what the ramifications of that are.
So you can't, if we can get the Heinz injury replay on the face-off also, this would be a good teaching point. Also, maybe getting a telestrator in the future, but you can't, if you're a centerman, you cannot play the puck with your hand while you're engaged in a face-off. That is a delay of game penalty. I did not see. That's way now. If you wanted to,
it looks like Brooks, the officials are calling that. Yep.
Okay, so they are.
Binghamton Black Bears headed back to the power play.
All right, so if Josh and his team can get a replay up on the board of that last face-off,
and this is
that would be amazing.
This happens right before as we get the neutral zone face-off.
Yeah, the one from center ice. This is the power play, but still works out here. We can see this from get-go.
And right before the media timeout, Brooks, the Black Bears luck out, get some tired legs out there for the penalty killers of Danbury. As the draw gets scrummed up.
Yeah, Ray's trying to battle for the loose puck, and Kirkby back up to Bond. Same unit right back out there for Coach Sherwood, now officially 1 for 2 on the night. So it is, in fact, a delay of game penalty against Danbury. And now Binghamton does a good job. Thomas Ray holds it in near the blue line, and Danbury had a player lose their edge, and they weren't able to clear. It could be big for the Black Bears if Thompson can hold this one in, and it'll squirt out into the neutral zone. So first unit still out there. So it's Thomas Ray along with Austin Thompson, Gavin Yates, and Tyson Kirkby. Lone defenseman is Dakota Bond here tonight. Yates flies in to the offensive zone with a load of speed. And Bond calling over to Austin Thompson. This is how they scored their last goal. Thompson and Bond sound like an equipment company right there. Back over to Yates, outside the dots. Kirkby, lot of space and a diving block by Yao. McCollum was already down in the splits. Yates dancing around a player. 45 seconds left to go in the power play for the Black Bears. Yates trying to throw some head fakes and directions as Thompson slap shot blocked. Friendly fire off Kirkby. Held in though by Yates, who gloves it down legally to himself. And now Thompson looking for a tip from Ray. Off target, back into the far corner. Bottom left corner of your screen. Bond does a good job of sealing the blue line and making sure Danbury cannot get over to this loose puck. This has been a minute, 40 seconds of offensive zone time for the Black Bears here. Yates over to Kirkby, kicked out. Now Bedard, he can't clear. Bond waiting for a new teammate. He has a wrister off the glass, stays in. Danbury trying to clear, and finally they will. Binghamton keeps that puck in the zone for a minute 56 of 2 minutes. And some good offensive sustained pressure for the Black Bears, even though they didn't have one to show for it.
Yeah, it was a good power play, and that's why you see this team operating at a little over 1 out of 4 power plays going in the back of the net, which in hockey is phenomenal numbers.
Outside the dot shot, shouldered away by Levechi, who hasn't seen a shot in quite some time. Muscall had one tip off a Woolley stick, and here corralled that rebound after it went off his chest. We're going to take our final time out of the first period. We'll be right back after this. Black Bears up 2-1 thanks to Tyson Kirkby on the power play.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back in. Black Bears YouTube channel. Brooks Hill and Alex Jones back up in the broadcast booth here this weekend for us. He'll be with us here on Saturday night as well. Offensive zone face-off coming up for the Danbury Hat-Tricks, though the Black Bears have a 2-1 lead. Tyson Kirkby scored on the power play since we've taken our last time out, but no goal to show for on that last power play sequence, even though the Black Bears maintained possession for almost the whole 2 minutes in the offensive side, Alex.
Yeah, and it was a good, honestly, a great chess match between the two teams. You really saw the power kill, or the penalty kill, and the power play units really fighting each other throughout that entire 1 minute and 56 seconds.
Stanko tip pass over to Jesse Anderson, who's going to give pressure on the forward check. Anderson lost his stick in the process. That'll allow Danbury the attempt to clear, and they will, as Kuznetsov skates over the red line and blue line together. A drifting shot wide on the blocker side of Levechi. Liam Anderson over to the rebound off the wall, trying to spring Ivashkin for goal number 100 in his career is interrupted, and Ivashkin's going to have to wait a little bit longer as he goes back into the defensive zone with Dan Stone, and the Black Bears will start a 200-foot breakout. Gets a piece of that one to nullify icing, and now Ivashkin will go off for a change, so goal 100 will have to wait even a little bit longer.
I was going to say, Brooks, I did not think he got a piece of that one. You didn't really hear anything. The puck didn't change it, but clearly the official saw something we did not.
Soycheski lost the handle on it, and that'll allow Josh Fletcher to skate away 1-on-2. Takes a bump from Tetreault, and Pamelion will play it on the forehand all the way over to Ratcliffe, who had his clear attempt blocked by the Black Bears. Now Somero gets some space, throws it free, and Logar tied up in the crease a little bit with the Danbury netminder. As the hat tricks come the other way, Dabrowski, the goal scorer for Danbury, tries to go between the legs of Dan Stone. His progress is impeded, but Tetreault, holding the opposite blue line, throws it towards the net, and that takes a lively bounce off the leg of Dakota Bond. Back out into the neutral zone, though, for Binghamton. 40 seconds left to go in period number 1. Shots 15 for the Black Bears, 8 for the hat tricks.
A little ping-pong hockey going on, Brooks.
Yeah, Kirkby throws one off the top of the blocker of McCollum. I believe he had to jump and make that save.
That one would have snuck in the net. The angle was dropping right below the crossbar.
And Weber takes a look at the clock. 20 seconds left to go here. Skates in front of his own bench and now through the neutral zone. Lost it temporarily to Lugo, and then Yates got knocked down from Yao.
Yao looks hurt on that one, Brooks.
Yeah, and Yao goes right to the bench immediately. 5 seconds left to go, and they're going to check on him during the intermission. The horn will sound, and the Black Bears will have a 2-1 lead coming up into the Excite Motorsports intermission report. Now, Alex, before we throw it to commercial for the first time here, first time back up here in the press box, what were your thoughts from watching this from the high level, the bird's eye view, I should say?
It was, the Black Bears are moving around really well. They've been active in every phase of the game. The early goal was just a perfect shot, Brooks, but it's good to see the guys buzzing with even them picking up some bangs, some bumps, some bruises, and some injuries, and seeing Connor Smith, one of their best goal scorers out. Production has been phenomenal.
All right, that's the voice of Alex Jones. We will take a timeout, and we will be back with the Excite Motorsports intermission report right after this.
Jersey, bring us the hitties! Yeah! All right, I got the hitties. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next powersports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new powersport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back into the Excite Motorsports intermission report as we have an intermission shootout getting ready to take place from the Black Bears blue line, and the first shot way off target here. But Alex, Black Bears find themselves up 2-1, and after, I wouldn't say an abysmal first 5 minutes, because I think they definitely had a worse start in the second period in Watertown. Good response by Binghamton, kind of jump-starting their offense in that middle 5.
Yeah, it was a tough, not how you want to start a game, giving up a goal early on 3 shots. The Black Bears offense didn't seem to show up. And after those first 5 minutes, once you got to the media timeout, it seems like they almost went over, hit the smelling salts, woke themselves up a little bit, realized, hey, we're in this game, and you really started seeing them press the gas in the rest of the period.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. Columbia Mutual Life Insurance Company has been protecting families in the Southern Tier for over 140 years. Let's start with the power play. Binghamton is 1 for 2. Excuse me, they were 1 for 3. I forgot to write that last one down. 1 for 3. They scored on the middle one. It was Tyson Kirkby's power play goal. Danbury 0 for 1. on their one power play. But it was interrupted very quickly as Dabrowski took a cross-checking penalty against JT Walters just 29 seconds into their man advantage.
And their power play troubles continue to plague them, Brooks. Last season it was almost comical how bad their power play was. Dabrowski taking that bad penalty there is just something you don't want. You don't need to clear him out like that. It's just unnecessary for your player to do that. The Black Bears take advantage, score their first goal of the game, as we see some great shots going in on the ice. On the 4-on-4, which, you know, they end up 1 for 3 after the quick power play, 30 seconds, score on the second one. Tyson Kirkby throws it off the defender into the back of the net.
Yeah, and that was, while you were seeing on your screen, it was Richie Tompkins. The Tompkins Backyard Essential is one of the sponsors for the Black Bears in the shootout, and he got the puck off the ground a couple times, and he looked really good. Hit one over the net and in the glass, and I think the crowd was a little impressed by that.
Yeah, and I mean, but here's the thing, Brooks, right? This guy right here is showing you actually how to do it. Years and years of watching chuck up here, which used to be a half ice shot. You gotta keep the stick on the ice and really just bury it in the back of the net. You don't need to get fancy. You don't need to do anything super big. All you got to do is put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was more like rapid fire. But we will take a timeout, come back with more right after this here on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report after these messages.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit BinghamtonBlackBears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Getting a look at our beautiful Zambonis making some passes and some friends taking advantage of the 2-for-1 beer special out on the concourse here tonight. That is wrapping up. And Alex, Black Bears find themselves up 2-1, but we also have some scores going around the league tonight. Across the FPHL, 2 games going on. Motor City is playing in Watertown tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. And over in Mississippi, the Zydeco are visiting the Coast Coliseum. That game will start at 8:05 local time, but 7:05 for our friends over in the Central Time Zone. Motor City playing in the Empire division this week, as they will for the rest of the season, as they have now made the switch from the Continental to the Empire. So that makes these matchups with the Watertown Wolves tonight and the Elmira River Sharks Friday and Saturday that much bigger for the Rockers.
Yeah, it's huge for the Rockers, who are now part of the Empire division. You know, when I think of Empire, I think of Michigan. It is huge for them to pick up some of these wins, catch up some ground headed for the playoffs. This is going to be a tight race down to the finish. You have to think that Danbury and Binghamton are going to be fighting for it at the top part of the table. However, those third, fourth seats at the table are going to be tough to come by between Watertown, Motor City, and Elmira.
Yeah, that they will, and Baton Rouge still trying to find their sea legs down there in Louisiana, but they're going to do so this weekend against the Mississippi Seawolves. That's a look at our out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. When we come back, we'll have the highlights courtesy of Josh and his video team after this timeout right here on the Excite Motorsports. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next-day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. You can visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com or visit them in Vestal at 408 Front Street. We're headed to another timeout. We'll be right back after this.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things! Like calming tempers down.
good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Enwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State career with Broome OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Appalachian. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn & Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me?
How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back in. Take a look at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights here from the first period as we get ready to go for period number 2. Alex, as we get ready here for period number 2, What's going to be the key for both of these teams here in this middle 20 minutes?
So for Danbury, you got to stay out of the penalty box. They really need to keep guys out of there. We've seen a lot of bad things happen when that happens. First to draw the 4-on-4, Binghamton Black Bears first goal. Second, power play didn't end fruitfully, but the second player did end fruitfully for the Black Bears. Kirkby throws it off a defender's leg into the net. For the Black Bears, you got to keep up the offensive pressure. You can't let Danbury get in transition where they are so successful getting the puck deep in the zone, forechecking, and then causing you to make a mistake. Just get the puck out of your own end, figure it out from there. The Black Bears done really good jobs on their breakouts outside of that first 3 minutes, so I'd like to see them continue that breakout as the game goes along.
That's the voice of Alex Jones. My name is Brooks Hill. Welcome into the second period, brought to you by Greenlight Networks. Greenlight Networks, fast fiber and reliable internet. Proud sponsor of the second period all season long. We want to thank our friend over at Greenlight Networks. As Binghamton wins the face-off, Yates cannot clear it on the first try. This will be wrapped in with a fresh sheet of ice. That puck can go for days, riding that bottom of the kick plate all the way down. Danbury comes back in. Yates partially interrupts that play as Lavecchi lost the handle on it, trying to fight over for the rebound. Squirts out the trapezoid, and now Kirkby trying to fling it out of the zone. One of the keys to the game from Coach Sherwood that we talked about earlier today was live to fight another day for the Black Bears, and sometimes just trying to clear the puck out. And that's really what this first line is doing here tonight right there, as this will take a hop and a skip out of the zone. Black Bears will live to fight another day. They're going to get 2 players off. And as Kirkby finally makes his way over to the bench, though, Pamela shot blocked by the leg of Dan Stone. That one's going to sting a little bit. And Danbury starting the second period like the first period. They seem to be in control of the tempo here in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Stone with a little hitch in his giddy up there. And it was an excellent job to get that puck out of the zone by him after taking that puck to the knee.
Yeah, and now Danbury cuts back through the middle of the ice, and they're barely on sides here. Give-and-go action, trying to connect with Stoicheski out in front. Turnaround off maybe the paddle of Lavecchi, holding that near side post ever so slightly. Now Di Nicola from behind his own net.
And an excellent play, Brooks. Sam Lavecchi getting tall and stepping up out to that shot, not only allowing an easy angle shot over his shoulder, being a smaller goaltender.
That puck will squirt into the legs of Lavecchi, and he'll calmly play it down.
Surprised they did not call there, Brooks, but you know what? No one from Danbury pushed the zone, so Sam was able to get it to his defender easily.
And now Stanko's wrister, a high riser off the glass and out.
I thought that had a real chance, Brooks. That looked good.
Yeah, Anderson still playing forward for the time being with the Black Bears. Here he comes back. Binghamton in the process of a line change. Second period line changes have hurt the Black Bears this year. We've seen that. I don't think it's a dig on the players at all, but sometimes, they do get caught with that long change, and that allows the odd man opportunities coming for the opposing team coming back the other way. You got to really make sure that you have that puck deep, or you wait for a whistle to change your defenseman here in this period.
Well, even into last year, Brooks, we saw a lot of times the Black Bears get caught in those odd man situations as Logar takes a shot almost before it.
Yeah, Logar with a nice display of stick handling right there to create an open ice opportunity here. Bond playing it down low for Fletcher. Third line's getting some valuable ice time here in this middle frame. Dan Stone has a shot blocked by McCollum into the corner, and Danbury will reverse trying to clear. Self-pass for Abdella, interrupted by Somero, and it'll hop over the stick of Josh Fletcher, the native of Calgary, Alberta.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, Fletcher is playing a tough game so far. He is physical in the corners, finishing every check, sticking up for his teammates. Those Alberta boys are just a hardy group.
Dan Stone had a slap shot last week. It was his first goal of the season. And Josh Fletcher reposted it on Instagram with the caption, "It's the Alberta beef." And you kind of really see that plays into what Alex just said about the toughness and the skill, also the shot speed from those Calgary boys. Liam Anderson has his wrister blocked by Kuznetsov, stays in plays. Kirkby stays on the forecheck. This will be poked back out to the Cortland Red Dragon, Liam Anderson. Nice to see one of the local SUNYAC schools getting involved. as Woolley crossing over the blue line, matched up against Tyson Kirkby, and Woolley will go for a line change as soon as he got the puck deep in behind the Black Bears net. Shots evening up a little bit. Binghamton now with 16. Danbury with 11. Shots in the period 3-1 favoring the road team, dressed in orange tonight for a little Thanksgiving color rush. Binghamton in their new 4th jersey, the Night Ranger jersey that our good friend EJ designed, as Gavin Yates got run into with Johnny Ruiz. And there's going to be a whistle here, and doesn't seem to be any ill intent. I think it's just a little more of the players not knowing where each other were at the time.
Well, the official did not see it that way, calling interference on Yates, saying that he purposely interfered with the play. I agree with you, Brooks. I did not see that as a malicious thing. I thought that was just two guys not seeing each other. Let's see on the Heinz Energy replay.
All right, so maybe we'll see that in a little bit.
Faked out there, Brooks.
Yeah. Let's look at a little head fake right there by the video team.
They got to keep us on our toes.
Yeah, they do. They do a great job. Josh, EJ, Gary, the whole team down there and on the cameras. As Danbury wins this face-off back, but going to be blocked by Stone, and this will allow Binghamton to clear. Now, Binghamton only saw the Danbury power play for 29 seconds before Dabrowski took a penalty. And speaking of which, Dabrowski trying to dance around Bond. Almost stripped of the puck, but held in. Now Ruiz all the way across the ice. Anderson and Stone. On the bottom side of your screen, Stanko and Bond will now see the opportunity to get off and change, and 3 out of the 4 will be able to do so for the Black Bears. And now Dan Stone, closest man to the bench, gets off. And Black Bears complete the wholesale line change, Mighty Duck style.
I think, honestly, Brooks, when they do film study next week, Stanko's going to realize he missed one. I think he had Bond down the right side, no one with him. Bond started to take off, and if Stanko just pulled his eyes up to look, that stretch pass would have been there.
5 minutes gone here. We got some change left in this power play for the Danbury Hat Tricks as the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill is out there for the second time tonight. Binghamton did score 4-on-4 when they had the opportunity. And now Danbury with an opportunity here to tie the game up at 2 apiece. DiNicola comes in with a lot of speed, trying to drop it back for Kuznetsov, but it will be intercepted by Thompson, who just calmly glides it down the length of the ice. And here get off for a fresh body, Andrew Logar in to take his place. Gavin Yates still has 15 seconds left to go, probably the final push for the Hat Tricks coming into the offensive zone. Pamela on, dancing around a couple of players. He has a shot fought off by Lavecchi, rebound still available. Over to Weber, and he slaps it around, doesn't get it out as it takes a Danbury bounce off the kick plate. Pamela on top of the umbrella for Kuznetsov through traffic, wide of everything. Yates is out of the box, and the Black Bears come the other way. Could be a 2-on-1, make it 3-on-2. Yates over in Logar trying to bank it in off the goaltender. The net comes off its pegs, and the referee does intervene as Fletcher a little shaken up at the end of that one. 13:28 left to go here in the period. We're right back after this here on YouTube.
The Black Bears are back in action on November 25th at 7 p.m. against the Danbury Hat Tricks. Make sure to join us after the game for our second post-game skate of the season. Grab those tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things.
Good day.
Like calming tempers down.
Good day.
And passing them around.
So stand up and cheer. We're back to the beer.
Good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back in. Black Bears on top of the Danbury Hat Tricks 2-1 for the time being. Danbury did not score on that power play. Binghamton, though, did give up some good shots, and then a 2-on-1 ended in the net coming off behind Connor McCollum. And we got a neutral zone faceoff coming up. It's going to be won back by the Hat Tricks as they try to go on the wide side of the ice. Interrupted by Ivashkin and dumped right back in.
And on that last 3-on-2, Brooks, the Hat Tricks did an excellent job as they dispossessed the defender in their offensive zone of breaking up that 3-on-2. Shot on net just goes a little bit wide.
Yeah, Abdella then throws one off target as well, but pushing off the post was Lavechi, and here just snag it with the glove. That's a good way to wear in the glove.
Yeah,
just
100%.
catch every pick that, or every puck, not pick, but every puck that comes your way.
Yeah,
pick it out of the air. That's what I was trying to say.
Out of there. You're just combining too many things, Brooks.
Yeah, McKittrick shot well wide of the target. Liam Anderson off the ice right now. This is Jesse instead, and he has his pocket pick. Danbury comes back the other way, and Dabrowski with a nifty little toe drag move makes its way up to the blue line for Abdella, and he tries to float one for McKittrick to redirect. Ooh. And Dan Stone takes a stick up high. Binghamton headed onto the power play. Lavechi is going to get on his horse and make his way over to the bench. Jesse Anderson trying to reverse it around, get it away from the Hat Tricks, and this is a free possession coming up for the Black Bears. Ivashkin, though, lost the handle on it, and it'll be gloved down by Bond. High sticking is the call, and the Black Bears are headed to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play for the 4th time tonight, Alex.
And if you're Stone, you start rubbing that thing a little bit hard, maybe hopefully getting a little bump that from a 2-minute to a 4-minute high stick with bodily injury. It's just going to be a 2-minuter. Caught him right underneath the blade of the visor, right there, as you can see with the blade of the stick. Caught him right on the cheek. That one has to hurt, Brooks. You know, never feels good to get caught with a stick in the face.
Black Bears win the face-off, but it hops over the stick of Bond, and Binghamton's going to be forced to re-enter the zone. Kirkby now will come in. Got his ice cut in half by Pamela as Thompson fires a slap shot, looking from Ray on the redirect. Now into the corner. Ray takes a heavy hit, but does so, getting the puck over to Gavin Yates, and you got to love that from Ray. Not the most ice time tonight for the extra forward. All the way across for Bond, looking for Kirkby on a wide open backdoor, but it hops over. But Ray out there on the power play, being a pest in front of the net. That one goes in and out of the glove of McCollum, cleared out. But small guy like that takes a big hit, but gets the pass over, doesn't shy away from the contact.
Yeah, and Ray has shown a lot. He's been, a pest all game for the Hat Tricks. He has really caused a lot of problems in their offensive zone.
Ray's now replaced by Somro as Gavin Yates circles in behind the Danbury net. Waiting for his teammate to catch up to it, but overshoots him as this pass will be cleared back out to the red line where Jesse Anderson, temporarily playing defense on the power play, will get it over to Ivashkin. Ivashkin, one deke too many as he lost control of the puck and flown back out into the Binghamton end with 40 seconds left to go on this man advantage. All the way across to Stanko, tape to tape. Over to Ivashkin, power move denied by McCollum. Held in though by Jesse Anderson. Looking for a tip from Somero, none provided, and cleaned out by the Danbury defense. Lavechi sets it up on a tee for Jesse Anderson as Danbury gets some fresh players out there on the ice. 15 seconds left to go on the power play.
Yeah, Nikita almost with a Sports Center top 10 play with that goal.
Anderson throws on the Branks. 7 seconds left to go. Lavechi tapping his stick. Anderson, shot blocked, and Ratcliffe will wrap it around a defender and out of the zone. Danbury kills off the power play. Binghamton now 1 for 4 on the night, which again is on brand for what their power play has been percentage-wise. 26% coming into the night.
And to fans that first-time fans that may see them at low number, 26% is exactly where you want to be. It is an above-average, excellent power play.
Anything above 20, you're doing the right stuff. This is going to be chipped down the length of the ice, tipped on the way through by Nick DiNicola. Weber with a tight turn as that loose puck jumps in front of the net. DiNicola missed it with his high stick, and we play on. McKittrick, though, holds it in, throws it on target, and Lavechi steers it into the corner with his stick. Now Ray gets back over to a loose puck, does get the clear. And Binghamton lives to fight another day right there, even though it's dumped right back in. Danbury's forced to touch up on the delayed offsides call. Stretch pass all the way over for Ray. Can he get around Pamela waiting for some teammates? Ray driving it back over for Yates. And now Fletcher, who's lost his stick in the process, picks it back up. Yates dancing around Stoichevsky. Gavin Yates over to Fletcher, and they score. What a stick handling display from Gavin Yates, finding the open man in Josh Fletcher, who lost his stick, picks it right back up, and grabs an insurance goal for the Black Bears.
And that's Fletcher's second goal of the season. He's done an excellent job on the power play so far, or not on the power play, just in the offensive zone, being a great net front presence. And you know what? That was paid off right there. An excellent job by Yates keeping that alive. Really deked the Danbury defender out of his shorts. Fletcher drives the backside post and sees where Yates is headed, gets himself in a passing lane, sets up a beautiful opportunity for Barry in the back of the net.
Look out, though. Here comes Danbury on a stretch pass to Johnny Ruiz and kicked out by Sam Lavecchi. Crowd's getting excited now. They got something to cheer about. It's another Black Bears goal. We're taking time out. Come back right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
That's a good look at our friend Trevor doing velocity clinical research with a lucky contestant right now. I don't think Trevor knew that he was going to be on camera tonight, but sometimes you always have to be ready, and when your number's called, you got to get out there.
And yeah, Brooks, everybody kind of sticking to the theme here, the Black Bears of our Night Ranger sets. I'm all in black, you're all in black. Trevor's got the black shirt on, the light gray suit jacket, so we're all sticking on theme.
It was a Thanksgiving blackout here tonight. Binghamton outfitted in the all-black attire with green trim and the Night Ranger jersey. Binghamton's offside, so they're going to have to touch up. That'll allow Danbury time to throw it back into the neutral zone, but a good job by the captain to maintain temporarily control, slap right back in. Mescal and Yates with some exchanges with each other.
Looks like Yates is going to go to the box for a slash. Yep. And that's a unfortunate penalty for Gavin Yates to take there. Moscow knows what he's doing. He's a guy who will get penalties out of some guys, and you can't allow yourself to be the second one in. As I've said, almost to a trope extent, Brooks, the second guy always is going to get caught. Yates allowed himself to be the retaliator rather than the instigator.
Third power play of the night coming up for Danbury, and like Alex said, it's never the first guy, it's always the second. And Mescal definitely threw Gavin Yates the same slash, but the referee always got the second one. So here's your Heinz Energy replay on it real quick. While Danbury trying to get set up on their power play. As you saw, Kuznetsov low angle kicked out by Lavecchi. And Stoicheski now will play it over for Di Nicola. Di Nicola, leading point getter, coming into the night with 12 for this Danbury club. At the blue line, Pameleon fumbled with it, and Stanko ties him up against the wall. So that'll allow Binghamton to get on the forecheck short-handed here. And Walters softly plays it over to Stanko, and Jesse Anderson one-on-one short-handed. Nifty little play from Anderson, but doesn't get the shot through. And now Danbury can come the other way. Good wrap check by Stanko to impede the progress temporarily by the hat tricks. Stoichevsky at the top left side of your screen will calmly get it over to Pameleon. D-to-D passing now over to Woolley. Slap pass still available outside the blue paint, cleaned up. Temporarily, Pameleon just wide on the outside of the post as Kuznetsov now holds it in. Di Nicola throws it up high into the air, stays in play, fanned on by Walters on the first try. Second chance, beautifully held in down on a knee by Woolley, and Danbury now has the opportunity to keep this puck in for some offensive zone time. Pameleon calmly over to Kuznetsov. Wrister off the glass, takes a funny bounce off of the plexi. And now Binghamton can go shorthanded. Stanko picked his head up at the last second, and they're going to dump it back in. I believe the linesman didn't know if that was going to be onside or off, but he continues on.
And a real heads-up play by Walters there, following the play, not changing too quickly. If he changes too quickly, that puck is up for grabs, probably to Danbury head in the offensive zone.
Ratcliffe back over to Dabrowski. Dabrowski shot blocked. Excuse me, that's not Dabrowski. That is a different player. That's Parker Muscall. Muscall drew that slashing call. Now he's at the top of the umbrella, looking to create any open ice that he can. Throws it, looking for a tip on the back post from Dabrowski for his second of the night. None provided. Penalty time is just about up, and Lavecchi makes a dazzling save at the end of the Danbury power play. Gavin Yates has returned.
And Moscow, a guy who's really taken a tour around the FPHL on his 18 so far in his career.
Yeah, now Yates coming in one-on-one. Almost lost the handle on it, but this is what he did last time. Found the wide-open Josh Fletcher. So they're going to let Yates cook. Back over to Fletcher. He's taken down by Moskal. And as they say in the game, puck don't lie, and now Moskal will be headed to the penalty box, and the Black Bears on a fortuitous side of a power play coming up.
And if the statistics tell us right, Brooks, I think this one's going to be a goal here. It is a bad penalty to take there for Moskal, a veteran of this league who's played multiple seasons. You can't get your stick inside a guy like that. Bad time to take a penalty. 6:08 left in the second period. Moskal heads off for, I'm going to guess hooking, Brooks. Could be a trip, but I'm going to guess a hook.
All right, why don't you guess at home in the chat what you think it is here, and we'll hear the official announcement from Frank Perini in a second. The time of the penalty is 13:52. It is a hook. Short-handed, Danbury comes back the other way. That was Zinchenko who sent it over the net of Lavecchi, and now 2-on-2 for the Black Bears, second unit, what they refer to in practice as the green unit, with Jesse Anderson, Somero, Logar, and Ivashkin, with Brendan Stanko as the centerman, will take the ice first. Ivashkin's just flying around the ice here and situated on the back post temporarily. Danbury does a good job of seeing it and nullifying that opportunity. Logar can't get over to the loose puck in time, and that spot was vacated at the blue line. Binghamton going to touch up, minute 15 left in the power play. Ivashkin between the legs. Knocked away by Zinchenko and thrown down the ice. And Jesse Anderson will pick it up behind his own net and start the breakout for the Black Bears.
Yeah, just a little too much English on that pass from Ivashkin. Nikita had the right idea to create space between the legs, just not enough on it to get it where he wanted to go.
Going to be really familiar with these Danbury hat tricks after the weekend. This is the fourth matchup of the season. By the time it finishes, we will have played 6 times with 12 remaining. Yates outside the dots, blockered away by McCollum. Cleaned up by Danbury, but not out. Tyson Kirkby right in front of his own advertisement. Saucers it over to Thompson, who has his shot blocked by Pamelion on a diving effort. Cleared out, and 30 seconds left to go here. On the Henny Hard Seltzer power play, getting a good look from behind of Gavin Yates as he flies into the zone around one hat trick player. Tries a stuff chance, and it hopped over a stick. And McCollum, standing on his toes, had to be ready for that one. 4:10 left to go in the period. Penalty time is up. Binghamton power play does not convert. They are now 1 for 5 on the night, 20% in the game. Shots on goal, 20 for the Black Bears, 19 for the hat tricks. Abdella plays it off the wall. Through the middle of the ice, and Di Nicola on his forehand trying to hit a trailer too far behind McKittrick, and it'll come back the other way. Josh Fletcher with a load of steam is going to give chase to Abdella. Puck is left behind the net, and McCollum has to come out to play it, or else that would have been a clear takeaway for Binghamton with nobody protecting the goalie. Muscall out wide off the mask of Lavecchi, and Hira melts it down. Take us to our final media timeout of the second period as the shots are now even at 20 apiece. We'll be right back after this. Black Bears lead 3-1 right here on YouTube.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back, everybody. Black Bears in a 2-2 hockey game here against the Danbury Hat Tricks. Mescal now going to take this face-off. So double shifting. Mescal took the last shift as a defenseman on the blue line, now centering this line for Coach McCurry's club.
Well, and he's a guy who can play everywhere, almost every single position on the ice, Brooks. There's a reason why he's been on 8 teams and had success with almost every single one of them.
Mescal trying to dance it around Weber. Power move to the front of the net. McKittrick rebound and he'll score. Lavecchi's leg pad came off, got unhooked, and Danbury cuts into the Black Bears lead here. Make it 3-2, still in favor of the home squad.
And that's really unfortunate. It seemed like Sam, as he sprawled out to save that one, just got knocked over by his defender. I think if the defender does make contact with him and that pad doesn't come off, he might be able to power back over and save this. And as I say that, Brooks, that's exactly what happened. The defender's skate went right on top of his pad, ripped it all the way off, which also took his leg, which he's about to power off sideways and try to get there in. It just couldn't get there, unfortunately.
So Lavecchi will restrap his right leg pad. That's the first time I've ever seen a goalie's leg pad come off during play. And we'll see if it happens again. Now Danbury with some momentum here as they lead the shots on goal 22-20. And now they trail by 1. So Parker Mescal gets his first assist as a Danbury hat trick in his first game played as that puck is batted out of play. And Nick DiNicola gets the second. Or excuse me, a hand pass. Thank you, Alex.
I think the Danbury defender thought he was in the blue line, but because he played the puck over the blue line with his hand, and then his teammate's the first one to touch it, that's going to be a hand pass and bring it to the defensive zone.
Thompson right off the face-off, in and out of the glove of McCollum. I think he wanted to hold that one on a little bit, but Ruiz would get over to a rebound after it was batted up into the air by Ratcliffe. And now Danbury with some momentum coming back into the offensive side. Binghamton, though, does a good job of nullifying that scoring chance as the Black Bears come back the other way. Thompson ran into it with Yates' stick, and that'll put a temporary pause on the play as Yates now will skate back in, stripped of the puck by Abdella, and back out into the neutral zone. Dabrowski started the scoring here way back in the first period, trying to dance around Liam Anderson. Good job by Anderson, who is in the smaller of sizes in that matchup. As that puck is almost deflected off the backside of Kirkby into the Black Bears net, but Lavecchi, on top of his game, makes that save.
Yeah, if that was on Danbury's net, that would have been an amazing goal. But Sam catching a little friendly fire there from Kirkby, who just catches it off the end of his stick, pops right up into his grill.
And now the puck will be thrown back into play. Liam Anderson. One touched over by Logar. Ray giving chase. And now the former Red Dragon at the red line, trying to get it deep, finds the stick of Thomas Ray temporarily, and Ray will circle back over the red line and dump it in himself all the way around the wall where Andrew Logar was calmly waiting for it. Give and go back with Ray up to the point for Liam Anderson. His wrister blocked by a defender and jumps into about the 7th row of the night. 7th row of the stands, I should say.
And a young fan, Brooks, holding up the puck in victory. Going to go home with a souvenir he's going to remember for the rest of his life.
And now the Black Bears Offensive zone faceoff. Good to see the third line contributing offensively here and doing a good job of gapping up defensively. I've been impressed with the third line here tonight. Ray's shot going to be blocked, and it will bounce off a Danbury defender. Back out to J.T. Walters. 1:20 left to go here in the second period. Binghamton up by 1. Logar with a nice little toe drag. His shot denied. Puck squirts behind the net as Ray was wide open on the back post. McCollum down in the splits. Very quick to go down.
An excellent save by McCollum as we get icing on the opposite end.
Absolutely. He's going to shed the mask for a second and get a quick sip of water. And that almost hurt me just watching how quick he was able to go post to post and down in the splits.
And if you look at our shots on goal brought to by Averiato over there, 23 shots for the Danbury hat tricks, 22 for the Black Bears. Danbury's really taking those back in real high volume shots the second period.
Abdella off the face-off win for the hat tricks. Does get the puck outside the blue line and will be shot right back in by Dan Stone. Danbury in the middle of the ice is on sides as Skull dances around Bond. A shot that'll be steered aside by Lavecchi. Bond spins off a hit from Abdella and then
big hit by Bond.
Yeah, Abdella I think actually blew a tire, and I think he's lost his skate blade in the process. Stanko and the Black Bears try to take advantage of it. Centering over for Anderson. He kicked that to the back of the wall. All 5 bodies back out on the ice. Ivashkin trying to hack at the rebound. He's knocked down, and hand passes the call. Ivashkin gloved it down, and Stenko was the one to play it. 25 seconds left to go here in the period.
And I think Bond getting a little bit of a different, I think he was trying to communicate. I think he thought Danbury had 6 on the ice as Abdella tried to crawl away after breaking that skate blade. But I think they had I didn't see that they had gotten too many on the ice illegally. Otherwise, the officials would have called that.
So each team has 1 goal scored in the middle period. 20 seconds left to go. Danbury across the red line now. Blue and Ratcliffe will steer one on the backhand. That's going to be blocked by Stone. Kirkby tying up with Ruiz in the corner. 10 seconds left to go here. Binghamton trying to get it out one more time. Pamela on top of the umbrella. A wrist shot. Save made by Lavecchi. Makes its way into the corner. Final shot will not make it towards the net. And after 2 periods, we are right back to where we were after 1 period. The Black Bears up by 1 goal, Alex.
Yeah, and the Black Bears gave up a late goal to on the assist to Moscow there. Could have had that head into the end of this period with a 2-goal lead. Instead, head in with a 1-goal lead. But you know what they say about 2-goal leads, Brooks? The most dangerous lead in hockey.
Well, now the Black Bears are going to play with 1 as the team makes their way off of the ice. We have the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. A look at the out-of-town scoreboard now that some games are getting ready and underway. And also, we will take a look at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights when we come back. Excite Motorsports Intermission Report right after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
There's our friend Billy driving the CF Moto tonight. And look, he caught a puck while he was driving. That's got to make him so happy. Normally he's driving the Zamboni during the intermission, but tonight gets to drive an ATV.
One of those things, Brooks, I've always wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. One of the scary ones I ever saw, I think it was when the BC Icemen were here. They used to have an actual car out on the ice that you would try to win through Chuck-a-Puck. Somebody took a replica puck and put it through one of the back windows.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was one of the smaller ones, too, which kind of was more impressive, honestly.
Well, talking about impressive, let's talk about the period stats brought to you by our friends over at Columbia Mutual Life Insurance Company. They've been protecting family in the southern tiers. Billy just got hit with a plethora of chuck-a-pucks. So far, I only see one puck. Oh, I see 2 pucks in the back of his ATV.
I think it's more like 6 pucks.
Oh, wow. A couple people just got it in last second right there. But let's get to the stat sheet. Shots on goal in the period for the Black Bears. Outshot for only the 3rd time in a period at home this season. They are outshot by the hat trick 16-9 in the frame. Both teams are at 24 for a game total. So the offense for Danbury picking up in that middle frame, and also they were rewarded with cutting into that Black Bears lead that was extended up to 2 goals.
And you know, that's what you see in great matchups is parity. You see that yin and yang, right? The Black Bears got the high volume of shots in the first period. Danbury answers in the second with the high volume shots. Negated by each scoring 1 goal in that period. First one was scored by Fletcher on an excellent play. And that, I want to go into that a little bit more, Brooks.
Yeah, I was going to tee you up for it actually right on cue. Let's talk about those 2 goals. Each team does score a goal in the middle frame, Alex. But really, the highlight of both of the goals were the assists that came from it. For the Black Bears, it was Gavin Yates. Let's talk about that one first. It made the game 3-1, but Gavin Yates does a good job controlling the puck, making a couple guys miss, and he finds a wide open Josh Fletcher who tucks it underneath McCollum's body as he went down long body style trying to make that save.
Well, and honestly, a lot of that is on Fletcher as well. Fletcher being an active participant rather than someone watching the play. He was an active participant. He saw what Yates was doing, knew he needed to get to that back post, saw the window open up and planted himself in the exact right spot. Gavin Yates with an excellent deke, made the defender think he was going to go back along the boards, head faked him completely, got back up the bench side of the blue line, turns it up to go towards the Stewart Street side, wraps around and finds Fletcher, who goes to the far right side of the net, the bench side of the net, crashes hard, gets a stick on the ice. That pass makes it through everybody. He puts it in the back of the net. 3-1 Black Bears.
The 2-goal lead was held for about 6 minutes for Binghamton, and then I'm going to tee you up again, Alex. Parker Muscala makes a great play to keep the puck alive for Danbury, gets a primary assist, and it's Daniel McKittrick getting the goal to get Danbury, I don't want to say back within striking distance because 2 goals is really nothing, but a 1-goal deficit, same as what they started going into the period.
Yeah, and McKittrick did almost the exact same thing at Fletcher. Saw what Moskal was doing, got to the net, put himself in a position to succeed in case there was a rebound, and unfortunately, Sam Levecki just got picked off by his own defender there, not able to push off. He is such an athletic and active goalkeeper. I have to, if he doesn't get hit by his defender, there's a pretty good shot he saves that. And so, unfortunately for them, defender hits his pad, throws him out of his own net, and McKittrick buries it in, making an excellent play, getting in front of the net, getting to where those rebounds land.
That is the voice of Alex Jones. That was an in-depth look at the goals of the period, brought to you by our friends over at the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. We're come back with a timeout, and we'll find out what's going on across the FPHL on the out-of-town scoreboard. Right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere, folks, on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back in for the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. You can visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com or visit them in Vestal at 408 on Front Street. While we have the opportunity, we want to check the out-of-town scoreboard. We got two other games going on tonight and one not quite yet underway. That is between Baton Rouge and Mississippi at the Coast Coliseum. And that game will start at 8:05 Eastern Time. And we have no score in the Motor City Watertown game up at the Municipal Arena. So Motor City and Watertown actually just took a peek inside the YouTube chat, and they are singing the national anthem right now. So, of course, there's no score in that one. They haven't started playing yet.
Yeah, Brooks, they're running a little bit behind, it seems. Probably had some pregame festivities. Watertown, they always have things a little, as we've known from our beautiful, beautiful vantage point in the closet or stairwell that we're in. It is always on their own schedule in Watertown.
All right. Well, Alex, we tried to tee up the chat asking us some questions, but apparently nobody has a question tonight. I think maybe they're too tuckered out from the amount of questions that they were asking the other night during the first remote broadcast of the year.
Well, Brooks, I'll ask you a question.
Okay, Alex.
If you could add one current NHL player to the Binghamton Black Bears that you think would fit the team well or fulfill a need that they don't currently have fulfilled, who would you add? Obviously, somebody like Connor McDavid.
I mean, that's the easiest question in the world would be Connor McDavid.
But let's say it's more of a role player, a third to fourth line guy, somebody who you think could easily fit in. One for me, I'll use my example.
All right, you go ahead first.
Daniel
I got to think about
Strong of the Detroit Red Wings. I think he's a very good scoring forward. He does a lot of things well. He plays a 200-foot game and would fit in well with his team. I could see him fitting in that line. next to Kirkby, where those two could really play off each other. Another one, as a Red Wings fan, is Shane Gostisbehere, a guy who can really jump up in the power play, act like a fourth forward on the ice, but also can get back in the defensive zone and play some solid defensive minutes for you, and can quarterback that power play while also having a nasty, nasty shot.
So Shane Gostisbehere, former Hurricane for half a season last year, actually saw somebody in Raleigh with a Union College jersey with his name on it.
Oh,
and I
wow.
thought that was so neat that, now I'm up here in the Northeast living and playing with the Black Bears and seeing a college jersey that says Union College. I've seen it around the arena before, but to actually see one in Raleigh, that was pretty cool. So obviously everybody expects me to name a Carolina Hurricanes player right now because, I talk about the Hurricanes a lot. Third or fourth line guy, I would have said Jordan Stahl for the exact same reasons. Great on the face-offs, 200-foot game, defensive forward, good leadership qualities, but I'm not. I'm having trouble thinking of a third or fourth line guy outside of Raleigh right now. Truth be told.
One I was thinking of is Andreas Athanasiou, former
That's a
Detroit
good one.
Red Wing Oiler. He could play a similar role to Gavin Yates while also being able to get up and down the ice very fast. A guy with instant speed, get down the
I got
ice
mine.
quickly. Go ahead, Brooks.
Okay, not a third line guy, but I actually would really, really like Evander Kane because he's got that toughness where no one's really going to mess with him, and he can also stand up for himself, and he also does have a really good scoring touch as well.
Yeah, and
it's not one or the other.
And Evander Kane is a guy who would instantly slot in, fit well with Kirkby, almost a similar scaled up version of Mac Lewis, a guy with a bit of a scoring touch, get into the dirty areas, play some defensive, also willing to mix it up and throw hands if it calls for it. And so I think this has been a pretty comprehensive list, Brooks. I'm sure there's a million guys. Jonathan Berggren, another one for the Red Wings I would love to see. He's a playmaking type center, can play wing, can play center, a guy who could really help out, fit in with Brendan Stanko's and Connor Smith as a key addition there. A really fun part that you could add.
Well, that was fun talking about what we know is a pipe dream of getting an NHL guy here to play with the Black Bears, but it was good talk while we had some time to fill during the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We're going to take a short time out, and we'll be back with the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights, thanks to Josh and his team getting those ready for us. We'll be right back after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back, really quick, and now we got the chat going, Alex. We got interactive a little bit, and now people talking about our discussion about NHL guys, and I didn't want to say Vincent Trocheck because, again, former Hurricane would have been a homer pick, but I digress. Here's the replays from the second period. We will be back for the third period here tonight. All right, Alex, third period underway here. It's a one-goal game. Binghamton leads 3-2. Shots dead even at 24 apiece. What's the key to get the Black Bears over the finish line tonight?
It's just continue that 200-foot game they've been playing. They've been doing an excellent job forcing the issue in Danbury's defensive zone, really making them play on the back foot and forcing a lot of turnovers on the forecheck. And if they continue that 200-foot game, they are really going to do well in this game for the Black Bears. Finish it off strong and send these people to their Thanksgiving dinners happy.
Binghamton has outscored opponents this year 50-36 coming into the night, so plus 14. They're now at 53 on the year. Coming into the night, they average 4.9 goals per game. They're one goal away from the infamous Burger King burger goal, which would absolutely send the drive-through at the local Burger King establishments in a frenzy.
Got to give
on
the people
before,
what they want, Brooks.
Yep, right before Thanksgiving when they close down. So, can the Black Bears get to 4? Right now they have 8 different players with a point. Only Gavin Yates has multiple points in this game. Danbury has 6 different players with a point as we are officially underway for the third period of tonight's action. Dabrowski now crossing over the blue line, trying to center up for Johnny Ruiz. It's intercepted by Stone, and the Black Bears with control of the puck play it out to Yates across the red line and blue line. Chip in charge now for Tyson Kirkby, centering it back for Yates, a little too soft, never made it to number 12, tipped on by Thompson, and first touch of the puck of the period for Connor McCollum.
I actually think, Brooks, if he had gotten a piece of that, Tomer, I don't think got a big chunk of it. If he had gotten the whole thing, I think that's going 5-hole on McCollum. It was a good tip, sunk hard on him, and I think that goes in the back of the net if he gets a solid piece of lumber on it rather than just a little sliver he got.
So 28 seconds run off the clock, and Jesse Anderson taking that face-off. That might have been his first face-off of the year. Tipped on by Ivashkin. Nifty play by number 8 with 99 career goals, but it doesn't come to fruition as Danbury comes back the other way. One shot away from tying the game up. And Tetro fired and was blocked by Stanko. Far side now for Ivashkin, met with Pamelaon. Pamelaon goes for the hip check. Gonna miss Ivashkin, centering pass denied by a hat-trick defender. And out of harm's way over to McKittrick.
I think on that last offensive series, Brooks, Jesse Anderson just doing a little bit too much. Just getting a little too in his bag, trying to spin pass for a fancy highlight. He's really got to just settle that puck, get a defender. A long offensive zone possession there would have gone a long way for the Black Bears. It seemed like they had the hat tricks on the ropes.
How do you think that he's played so far first game back? Actually, hold that thought. Logar looking for a slap pass, tipped just wide, held in by Walters. Get back to that question in just a second, Alex. Centering over for Logar, had the goalie down in the splits and on the backhand drifting away from the net. McCollum makes the save. But in Anderson's first game this year of actually playing forward, Alex, what have you liked and what have you disliked about his game so far, if anything?
You know, he's used the space really well. He's used his speed well. It seems like he's still getting used, though, to some of those rotations in the offensive zone, Brooks. As a defender, you're along the blue line. You're really keeping it close. And it really looks like he hasn't gotten fully clicking with those units yet, where he can know. It's almost like you know where they're going to be before they're even there.
So the lefty, Josh Fletcher, going to take this face off against Johnny Ruiz, the best centerman for the hat tricks. One back by Fletcher and held in by Bond through the legs of Dabrowski, where Ray's waiting for it in the open spot in the corner. Skate to stick, Dan Stone fires a wrister, blocked by the hat tricks on the way through, and back up over to the offensive blue line for Danbury. No quarter given, though, by Ray. Danbury has to come back, and it'll be a takeaway for the Black Bears as Bond stole it away. Teams jockeying for it in the neutral zone, and Bond with a good clean hit laid on Jacob Ratcliffe right at the center ice line.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about Dakota Bond. He plays a very physical game for a smaller, more offensively versed defender. He really likes to lay the body.
So speaking of smaller players, this puck is going to be thrown out.
One-handed grab like Odell Beckham Jr. from Logar there. Tried to sneak it back on the ice as if it was like, no, it didn't go out of play. Kept in.
That almost could have been delay a game, I'm thinking. But you definitely don't want a fan getting hit with that puck. That would have done some damage.
And I think it was low enough where Logar didn't stand up from the bench. He just extended himself, probably just hitting the glass.
There you go. That's good eyes by Alex Jones. Back on the microphone here tonight. This puck is going to go down the length of the ice. No icing, as Binghamton had the opportunity to play it, but instead it went through the legs of one of the Black Bear skaters. Weber saucering it up for Gavin Yates, and now across all 3 lines, Yates starts his engine. Tries to go between the legs, but Abdella will have none of that, and Yates will have to backtrack up into the neutral zone. Evan Lugo starts his engine, and now it will be his turn to skate across all 3 lines. Dances around Tyson Kirkby, but the captain recovers. Self-pass is stolen by his teammate Dan Weber, and the Black Bears do get it out of harm's way for the time being. Back over to Yates, trying to skate through. Danbury doing a good job of nullifying Yates right now in the 3rd period so far. He's pushed out wide, runs into the dasher wall. And on the backhander, goes off the post. He threw his hands up in the air and already started the celebration, but a little bit too premature as the puck stays in play with 16:35 left to go here in the 3rd period. Offsides is Danbury and the blue line, and we haven't had too many offsides called tonight, Alex, and first one in a while.
Both of these teams have styles of zone entrance that really negate a lot of those offsides. The Black Bears like to get forwards through the blue line, let one guy skate it in, and then collapse into your sets. Danbury goes complete opposite, where they like to chuck the puck opposite corner, have that forward crash, which leads to very few opportunities for offsides.
Chipped off the stick of Stanko, and Ivashkin has it behind the net. He's trying to find an open ice area. One of the hat-tricks lost their stick, knocked down in front of the net, and it's going to be tipped in, and Brendan Stanko scores his 2nd of the night, and the Black Bears reclaim a 2-goal lead.
And Brendan Stanko seems as surprised as anybody here in the arena that one ended up in the back of the net. Sort of gave a look like, all right, boys, I'm not going to be mad about it. Chipped off a Danbury hat-trick in the back of the net, just floats over top of McCollum, and you know what? It's one of those plays, you get the puck on net, good things are going to happen. We see Vaughn takes a shot, Stanko just gets a backhand on it, and it literally just curveballs right over the top of McCollum on the Heinz Energy replay. You can see it right here, just right over the shoulder. McCollum was never able to get his body in front of that puck. See a little jockeying for position on the right side of Fletcher between Logar and Danbury hat-trick there.
So the Black Bears get the Burger King burger goal, the all-elusive fan prize of the night. So everybody's going home with a free cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends over at Burger King. 4 minutes gone here in the period, and Brendan Stanko scores his 2nd of the night as Danbury ices the puck here with 4 minutes and change gone in the 3rd period.
We're also getting close, Brooks, to the hat-trick reward for the fans brought by courtside.
And nobody, excuse me, that's Stadium 138.
Stadium 138, my apologies.
Nobody has scored a hat trick this year for the Black Bears.
At home.
Worth stat. No, period.
No, period? I thought Connor Smith had one.
He did not. 2 goals and 4 assists. Slap shot from Ruiz, squirts through the legs of Lavechi, but it's going to be knocked away by the stick. And now Somero over give and go with Fletcher is going to be interrupted by the Danbury captain. Hat tricks now. Down by 2 goals for the 2nd time tonight as Weber takes it in front of his own net. And Lavechi down in the butterfly being ever so careful, especially with fresh ice here early in the 3rd period. Never know how that puck's going to bounce, and we just saw McCollum fall victim to it and hopped right over his shoulder.
And you know what? This is a great job by the Black Bears. Settle it down, get those fresh bodies on the ice, start your 200-foot breakout.
All right, here comes Gavin Yates, coast to coast, picked it up from behind his own net, held in by Dan Stone, gets it on his forehand, blocked by Bedard, and held in by Tyson Kirkby. Her backhand one in off the hand of Kuznetsov, gets down near the goal line in the far corner. Off the top of the wall, Yates is waiting for it, and he'll reverse it around for Tyson Kirkby. Kirkby on the backhand, trying to throw it towards the net, and Bedard once again blocks another shot to this shift for Charlie Bedard. Binghamton right back into the offensive zone. Thompson trying to get it down low for the captain. Instead, it'll hop over his stick. And Bedard stopping and starting just outside the trapezoid. Will skate the puck out of the own zone himself. Zinchenko Off the wall to the opposite man, that was Dan Stone, and Yates is waiting for it. Picks his head up and will go cross ice over to Stanko at the end of his shift. He'll get a fresh body on the ice. Jesse Anderson will take his spot. Momentarily lost control of the puck was Binghamton, and now Anderson sidesteps Kuznetsov. That was 77 on 77. But Binghamton was in the process of changing their defenseman. Dan Weber fresh out onto the ice, makes Kuznetsov miss. He goes out wide, trying to center up for Ivashkin. Weber makes the pass and pays the price as well, as Kuznetsov is going to make sure to get some contact on a Black Bear body.
That was a very close one, Brooks.
Yeah, it was.
Squirted right between the legs of goalie Sam Levesque.
This is icing against Binghamton coming back. 13:31 left to go, and we got a media timeout. We'll be right back after this. Black Bears up by 2 thanks to Brendan Stanko's second of the night.
Jersey, bring us the hitties! Yeah!
All right, I got the hitties. That's me out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back in. Brooks Hill, Alex Jones here, as the coolest fan of the game, has been presented with their gift basket here tonight. Alex, you had something that you wanted to bring up while we were talking off air?
I think that the Danbury hat tricks could have channeled their inner Danbury Trashers by announcing the signing of C. Bedard, similar to how the Trashers announced the signing of Gretzky, with it's being his brother, C. Bedard, being Charlie instead of Connor, not Connor Bedard's brother.
That would have been funny. Ivashkin gets a takeaway, throws it on target, looking for it. And then the rebound cleaned up by Anderson stays in play as Woolley lost it again. Ivashkin centering it up for Stanko, looking for the hat trick, and there it is. Brendan Stanko with the first hat trick of the season for the Binghamton Black Bears. Stadium 138 coupons going out for everybody. And the hats now rain down for the first time this season.
And Brooks, this all starts because of an incredible play by Nikita Ivashkin. Aggressive forechecking and lazy defending by the hat tricks. Left the puck in their own zone. Nikita makes an aggressive play and gets the puck onto Brendan Stanko's stick. Stanko goes top shelf. What Cole would say, top shelf, top sock drawer, where he hides the cookies.
So Ivashkin picks up another assist on the night, and the Worldwide Sports Supply Ice Crew headed out and grabbing the hats for tonight's game. Andrew Logar doing a good job with the help in hand. And Brendan Stanko continues his excellent hot start to the season.
And Brooks, he continues in excellent form. Last season we had said every single game, it looked like he was just half an inch away every single time. First hat trick of the season. However, a tip for fans who come out to the games, if you want your hat back, make sure to put your name inside of it, because you collect all the hats, bring them down into the ZAM corner, and you can come grab your hat quickly, just say your name. It should be on the inside.
So the first hat trick of the Black Bears season belongs to I combined names there. I was still thinking about Andrew Logar. He's out there on the ice. It's Brendan Stanko. 2 straight goals, and he had the first one of the night. So Brendan Stanko now 10 goals on the season. .702 time of the goal from Ivashkin to Stanko. And Danbury right now having a little bit of a hard time getting the puck out of their own end.
You can really see some tired legs here, Brooks. It does not seem like Danbury's legs are going the whole way tonight. A lot of guys, everybody's had a long season so far. It feels like they gassed themselves out in the first 2 periods.
So Stone will wrap it around, and Thomas Ray will pick up the loose puck now with Kirkby and Logar. Binghamton crosses the line on sides and now dumped behind the Danbury net. Logar give and go with Ray. Vacated spot. I believe Weber was pinching in. And Levechi not coming out of his net right there to play. That was a little bit odd, but...
I think Sam Levechi was a little bit asleep at the wheel there. Did not realize that the puck had vacated the zone.
Well, hey, stayed home, and this will be icing. Doesn't go out and play this one. And this will be thrown back into the Danbury end. Binghamton now leading the shots on goal, 31-25. Remember, Alex, we started this period tied at 24.
And so far, the Black Bears have seemed to have the offensive advantage. They pushed the puck, pushed the pressure, done a great job of getting into the offensive zone. And I got to say, the Black Bears are winning this game. They're pulling away, doing the plays they need to do, and they seem more lively.
Weber from the top of the umbrella settles it down. And Thompson, looking for the far corner of the net, throws it wide off the glass, but he now has the rebound. And Anderson hits Yates in the back.
Right in the shoulder, Brooks, right on the meat of the shoulder. That one stung a lot.
Yeah. And when the Black Bears are short on players, you definitely don't want Gavin Yates going down. He has a 2-point night going on, as well as Levechi swallows up that shot from Danbury.
It seems like just a bit of a muscle contusion there, Brooks. We see had some pushing and shoving as a Danbury player just tried to step and break the stick of Tyson Kirkby, which is a little bit of a scummy move there. That's not something you ever like to see from a guy stepping on the stick, purposely trying to break it. That was Parker Muskell, who already got penalized for a dumb penalty once so far tonight. Just a bit of grease,
Yeah,
just a real greasy play from him to do that. Sticks do cost a lot of money, and it's one of those things when you get hot with it, you like to hold on to that stick. Him stamping on the stick in the corner.
Yeah, those two aren't done talking.
Well, and that's kind of Moskow's reputation in the league, a bit of a grease ball. That's why he's on his 8th stop.
So Moskow will take this face-off against Brendan Stanko. Moskow with his first point as a hat trick tonight on the latest Danbury goal. That came back at the 16:54 mark of the middle period. Ivashkin up to Jesse Anderson. 2-on-1 for the Black Bears if Anderson can corral it. Stanko never got a chance as it was batted out of midair by a Danbury defender. That could have been Stanko's 4th of the night. Ivashkin takes a hit up high from Moskow. Held in, though, as Stanko throws a softball over to McCollum's net. And here just melts it down, and here take a whistle.
And to say it best, Moskal doing Moskal things. He's earned a bit of a reputation for this in the league. There's 2 things you know about Parker Moskal heading into a game. He's an excellent scorer, almost a point per game, if not a goal per game scorer. He's also a guy who will do the dirty things and will get in trouble for said dirty things.
Ideal Bowling Center is where Binghamton hockey fans bowl with open bowling all week long, and money-saving specials. Ideal is the perfect place for your next birthday party or company party or any special occasion in general. Ideal Bowling Center located at 119 Jennings Street in Endicott. So much more than just your favorite bowling alley. It's getting to be holiday season. No better place to plan your holiday party than Ideal Bowling Center over in Endicott. Now Zinchenko playing it back over to Bedard. Bedard and Pamela on looking for a tip. Didn't get one, and Josh Fletcher knocked it down. Binghamton trying to clear it out of the zone. They will, and Ray with a beautiful backhand pass onto the tape of Somero. Somero shot missing on the short side. Penalty coming up as Somero's stick is chopped in half. Slashing is the call, and the Black Bears headed to the power play with 10:10 left to go here in the 3rd period.
And that's one of the easiest ones for officials to call, Brooks. When you see a stick just snap like that and fly everywhere, you immediately know, hey, that was a slash. Zach Pamelion headed to the box for 2 minutes. Binghamton can eat 2 minutes out of this, hopefully walk away with a power play goal. Yep, right there.
And Gavin Yates back out on the ice, so that's a good thing to see after he caught a puck from a teammate in the backside.
However, I do think, Brooks, watching the Heinz Center Equally play, I think Coach McCurdy is going to be fine with that penalty. That was a good shot for Logar. Broke his stick and forced him to give up that opportunity as the Black Bears win the draw.
So the red unit out there on the power play for the Black Bears. Bond, Yates, Kirkby, and Thompson with Ray out in front. Thompson's wrister looking for a tip from Kirkby at the top of the slot. Never found it. Back up to the blue line where Bond giving it right back to Yates. Already has a goal and an assist tonight. Bond cannot hold this puck in. Touched up by Thompson.
I thought Bond kept that in, Brooks. That was a very close one. The official right on the line got a good view of it, and he did an excellent job keeping his eye there, seeing that. It was an unfortunate one. Yates going for that close corner. A lot of times you don't see those shots in the power play, specifically for that reason. When you shoot that close corner, a lot more energy is going into the puck. It hits those live boards and flies around the corner.
All right, that's the voice of Alex Jones. We're going to take a short timeout. Be right back after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go.
Brooks Hill and Alex Jones back with you here on YouTube. Black Bears find themselves up by 3 for the first time tonight, thanks to Brendan Stako's latest goal at the 7:02 mark. It is the Stadium 138 hat trick, the first one of the season for the Black Bears. And they're on the power play still. Kirkby the rebound, and Ray blocks his teammate's shot, which would have been a sure goal. Now Ray, though, keeps the puck in play, gets it back over to Thompson. Thompson lost his eye on it temporarily, and McCollum trying to get his handle back on his stick as the power play takes a breath and settles down. Bond, low angle off the crossbar.
And Brooks, what I say earlier, I think there's a scouting report out there on McCollum. He drops that near side shoulder.
So now Bond coming in, back across for Kirkby. Thompson from down on his knee, tipped just wide, and Danbury cleaned it out outside of the crease. Good job by Bond sealing the wall and the kick plate temporarily, but the captain of the hat tricks, Ruiz, is able to throw it down the length of the ice, and the power play unit will change. Got a feel for Ray right there, blocking his teammate's shot. Didn't try to.
Just wrong place, wrong time, Brooks.
Her being the right spot eventually. Short-handed stuff chance denied by Lavecchi on the way through. That was number 23, Bodan Zinchenko, as it's wrapped around the wall. And now back up for Bedard. Bedard short-handed, and top of the stance, Lavecchi makes the save, and that second unit for the Black Bears couldn't get out of their own end, but they still got 7 seconds for one more clear attempt before Pemeleon comes out of the penalty box.
And honestly, Brooks, I don't think that shot attempt was one like, hey, we're going to get a tip, or it was just, we're going to force you to take this face off so that we make you play 200, we make you play the full end of the ice, get everybody down there, because in all honesty, this is a lot better position for the hat tricks penalty killers than the Black Bears power play.
Lavecchi had to look out right there as that puck took a funny bounce off of the inboard and went back between his legs with his eyes still looking forward. Wrister from Walters is caught by McCollum, and McCollum outside of the crease will melt it down.
And as, ironically, Brooks, as Nikita Ivashkin went past Parker McCollum that end one just a second ago, Muskelter almost tried to do a spin spear him really hard right in the chest. The only thing that saved Ivashkin was the goal. It literally caught his stick as he tried to finish that through his body.
Face-off one back by Danbury. And Tetreault Thrown back out, and it touches the stick of Walters, so this will nullify icing. That'll keep the clock running. That's good for the Black Bears. Bo, they turn it over, but Weber gets back beautifully on Dabrowski to make sure Dabrowski doesn't have a free shot at Levechi's net.
It's the Black Bears' turn to get sloppy in their own defensive zone, Brooks.
Walters off the wall for Fletcher, indirect, and trying to corral it. The Calgary native had it tip on goal, and I believe Danbury, in the process of trying to take Fletcher out, knocked the puck in towards their own netminder.
And that's the kind of guy Fletcher is. He drives the net hard, he plays hard. That's the kind of goal you get from a hyper-physical guy like Fletcher, who really throws the body around. Throws the body there, ties him up, almost pops the puck up in like a slide tackle almost, Brooks, in the back of the net.
Mescal and Fletcher set to do battle to the right of McCollum's net. Getting a good look at that face-off play right there, thanks to Josh's video team. Danbury, thanks to the wing play of Kuznetsov, will get momentarily control of the puck and will be wrapped right back in by the Black Bears, as Danbury could only hold on to it long enough to clear. 7 minutes and some change left to go here on a Thanksgiving Eve showdown between the Hat Tricks and Black Bears. Last year, same game the day before Thanksgiving. Don't know the same date off the top of my head, but it was Danbury coming into Binghamton, and they won 6-2. Here, and they wore the same orange jerseys. As a rough ride is given to Josh Fletcher on the way down by Mescal, right in front of the Danbury bench. So Binghamton trying to send everybody home happy for Thanksgiving dinner or lunch. A little bit happier. 6:30 left to go here as Levechi sees another shot from the blue line, and here just snag it.
And a little bit of cheek there. Kuznetsov really drove the net hard while it was already in Levechi's puck, and Levechi kind of skated out towards him like, would you like the puck? It's right here. We already blew it dead. Just a little bit of cheek there, Brooks, from a goalie who's been playing excellent so far for the Black Bears.
Kirkby is going to take the face-off for the Black Bears against Ruiz, and Kirkby will win this one. Liam Anderson, the defenseman, gets control of the puck, and this will be backhanded off of the wall by Gavin Yates, who really had to try to golf that one out. Austin Thompson didn't know where it was. Abdella lost his edge.
Really having a lot of trouble with his skates tonight, Brooks.
Yeah, he lost that skate blade in the last period, and never good for a guy to lose the actual blade. Gavin Yates, nifty little move. Bat check from behind from Ruiz, no call. Yates didn't really believe it. Stays in play, though. Kirkby back over to Anderson. This is Liam. His shot denied by McCollum, and Ruiz just wants a whistle. So he softly glides it back to his goalie, saying, get on top of this.
And that's a smart play by the captain right there, Brooks. Gets the glove, sees that the defense is in a little bit of disarray. Rather than getting into the corner, gets it into his keeper's glove. Let's reset, get a new line out there. Let's get some fresh legs, and we'll reset this and try again. Just outside of a media timeout too, Brooks.
Yeah, so right now, I would have thought the game plan would have switched up for the Black Bears, and they would have dropped Jesse Anderson back to defense and let Ray fill in on that third line, or move somebody, put Ray up on the second line here, because you have that extra forward and you just run 3 straight forward lines. But protecting the 3-goal lead, don't need to try to change anything of what's working. Dabrowski throws on the brakes outside the faceoff dot, and look out, crowd.
Coming in hot.
And I think everybody saw that one coming.
Fan caught one in the collarbone there, Brooks, but he looks better off for it. He's fine. He's waving it, giving a hand like, hey, that caught me. He went tapped up right here. Hey, that one got me right here. But luckily he was paying attention, which we recommend for all fans of the games. We know phones are such a powerful thing that draw your attention, but while you're here, you need to keep your eyes on the puck.
Face-off one back by Lugo, and Pamelion will chop it around the wall. Dabrowski waiting for it on the opposite side. Intercepted by Brendan Stanko, who read the play better than the Danbury offense, but not out. Dabrowski's shot, high riser, looking for that same corner that he got back in the first period. And then he lays a hit on Ivashkin, chasing after the loose puck. Swallowed up by Jesse Anderson and cleared out by the assistant captain, J.T. Walters. Dabrowski, though, doesn't go for the change, stays in, and he's peppered from behind by Stanko. Gets it through the legs of Anderson, give and go action. And missing the target was DiNicola. Doesn't do that too often, a rare miss of the net for Nick DiNicola, who came into the night leading the Danbury Hat Tricks in points. with 7 goals and 5 assists. Di Nicola has an assist tonight. He's now up to 13 on the year. Abdella throws a wrister, hops over the net of Lavecchi and into the corner where Fletcher is waiting for it in front of Lavecchi's net, and there is the quick glove of the young goaltender, snagging that one and holding it close to the chest, saying, look what I got.
Yeah, it almost looks like a fan grabbing one of the T-shirts for the T-shirt toss, Brooks.
We're taking timeout, come back. Binghamton up by 3, 4:25 left to go in regulation time.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go.
Welcome back in. Brooks Hill, Alex Jones with you here tonight. Alex's first time back up in the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales press box. And he'll be back with us on Saturday for this same matchup.
Ironically, Brooks, my stint ended in the Jeff Keyes Auto booth with a win over Danbury.
Binghamton.
Empty net, Brooks.
Yep. Almost had a 2-on-1. This puck is knocked down. Logar lost his edge. Third line's out there for Coach Sherwood's club, and now Danbury will come back the other way.
You almost prefer Logar there, Brooks, to wait, sort of settle in the corner, eat some more clock, and really force the issue. Make a Danbury defender come to him and then try to pop it out. He ended up just popping it to a Danbury defender, which sprung the rush.
Well, Binghamton sends out the line with Gavin Yates, Austin Thompson, Thomas Ray. So Tyson Kirkby getting a shift off here. 4 minutes left to go, and Kirkby obviously not played the last game in Watertown. First game back, easing him in. Shot tipped on, and Lavecchi with another good save. Danbury now up to 30 shots on goal.
A blind save from him as well, Brooks. A really good job screening by the Danbury hat-tricks, and Sam Lavecchi did a great job as he saves that one with the glove of detecting the puck, getting down the butterfly, and directing it into the corner where no one could get that a second chance opportunity.
So Danbury will change all 6 players. Binghamton will elect to keep the same 5 out there. Binghamton trying to maintain their grasp on the Empire Division in the first place, or contain their lead, I should say, over the Motor City Rockers, who are in action against the Watertown Wolves. We'll check that score during the La Quinta Inn & Suites postgame show as this is whistled down for a hand pass.
It's going into the Danbury hat-tricks defensive zone, the Black Bears offensive zone. Likely seeing the keeper come back onto the ice. Hate to see that if you're the Danbury hat-tricks. You know, you really want to get that keeper out there, get those extended times. Anytime he can stay on the ice, specifically in your defensive zone, really going to hurt. If the Black Bears are able to win this draw and hold clock here, spread them out, force them into a bad defensive series, it's going to work out in their favor.
So Ray applying pressure on the forecheck. Woolley trying to get around Thompson and Ray. Now has to circle back behind his net for a second time. Or just reverse it calmly over for Pamela Yon and Danbury. Starting to run a little bit out of time. 3:20 left to go. McCollum takes a look at the door. It's open, and there he goes. Empty net, and extra attacker now out for Danbury once again. Tied up in the corner, Gavin Yates trying to poke it back out to the neutral zone, held in by Woolley. Kuznetsov trying to settle it down and get on his forehand. He has a very dangerous shot. Binghamton doing a good job of marking him man on man as Ray is not allowing him any ice. As Danbury's only plays to reverse it in down low. Thompson and Weber try to tag team a loose puck, but Danbury with the extra attacker uses the third man in. Holds it in, tipped wide, and a
what
toe
a save, Brooks.
made by Lavecchi. Clear down the length of the ice, and just off of the post. Icing against Binghamton.
Man,
Lavecchi with a great toe save, keeping this a 3-goal game.
Brooks. I got to figure out what his workout is in the offseason because I got to improve my flexibility after what I just saw. That was insane. As we see the Heinz Ender replay, a shot from the point, tipped on the way through, and Lavecchi just gets there, dives back, and just stuffs him with the toe. Full split. Almost looked like he dislocated his hip and threw it back into socket there.
And he does a good job of melting that one down very quickly, allowing us to talk about that big save earlier. You know, he had that post-to-post save in Danbury earlier this year and robbing Dabrowski right on the doorstep.
And that's what you get with a smaller goaltender like Lavecchi, that side-to-side athleticism to be able to get post-to-post very, very quickly.
Now we got a big pile up in the bottom right corner of your screen. Dan Stone trying to get it on his forehand. Anderson provides a legal pick for the Black Bears, but Binghamton cannot get it out. They work it down low. McKittrick back across, and Stanko cleans up the loose change and whacked back on target where Lavecchi makes another great save.
Man, what a whack by Ruiz and a save by Lavecchi. Ruiz almost against his body, against his grain, pirouettes, smashes it with the backhand, and Lavecchi there for the quick save, swallows it up, and gets the meltdown for the face-off.
Yeah, Fletcher wins it back to Stone, and Bond has it on the backhand, couldn't get it out. Stanko FIFA's this one. Back out into the neutral zone. 2 minutes left to go here, and the fans can start to taste victory here for the Black Bears. No icing, puck stays in play.
I think Brooks, Sam thought for half a second there about trying to grab it and shoot on net.
Ratcliffe shot blocked by Stone, pops up and stays in play in the far Zamboni corner. Binghamton trying to get over to the loose puck. Bond over to Somero, has a lot of space to work with. Bullseye for his first goal of the year. Justin Somero gets on the board. Maybe that's the monkey off the back. Binghamton 6, Danbury 2.
Yeah, and Somero did a great job there guiding it down the ice. Sort of like what we saw Brooks in the first period intermission shooting contest. Keeps the puck on the ice, guides it right into the net, and gets his first goal of the season. As you can tell, you know, he isn't super pleased that it's an empty netter, but when you get on the stat sheet, you can't complain.
3 straight goals for the Black Bears. They have 3 goals in the period.
Might have liked him to carry that a half second, just a half skate further to get it across center ice, just in case it goes to icing. But you know what? Not going to complain about it.
No, and Abdella looks like he's having a little bit more trouble with the skates. Low angle shot save made by McCollum. As Fletcher's shot was denied by the Danbury goalie. And Dakota Bond will get the only helper. So the off-ice officials will have a hard time sorting out the 3 stars of the night. I think it's a clear running on who's going to be number 1, but their bronze and silver award is going to have to be talked about between the league officials. 1 minute left to go here. 6-2 Binghamton on Thanksgiving Eve, debuting the new Night Ranger jerseys here for the first time this season. No post-game auction tonight because the Black Bears will be wearing this jersey throughout the season. And we want to hear from you, the fans, on how much you love them. So make sure to post on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you like them or how much you like them. So now Ray cutting across the blue line, trying to get around the Danbury bench. 20 seconds left to go here in this one. Binghamton's going to pick up another regulation win as Mescal throws a shot. Could be the final save for Lavecchi.
Just trying to pad the stats there a little bit, Brooks. 3 with 20 seconds left doesn't bring you back, but you know what? Lets you argue to the next team you signed for, hey, I'm a goal per game player.
Final change probably of the night for the Black Bears as Fletcher, Somero, and Logar make their way out on the ice, and Gavin Yates with the late call. Didn't know that he was coming off. Rematch in just 2 days on Black Friday. It'll be in Danbury at 7:30. Me and Cole will be on the YouTube call from Danbury. And the crowd gets on its feet to salute the Black Bears here tonight. 3 more points for the Black Bears as they defeat the Hat Tricks by a final score of 6-2.
And Brooks, it's got to feel good for goalie Sam Levecki coming off the IR. Didn't know, the Black Bears took it extra slow with him just in case of an injury. And you know what? To get back out there, be able to trust your body again, be able to have it do what it needs to do, and to go and throw a 6-2 win against one of the better teams in the Empire Division, it's got to feel great.
That it does. We will take a timeout, come back with the La Quinta Inn & Suites postgame show. Final count, Binghamton 6, Danbury 2. We're right back after this message.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back into the La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show. Alex, the Black Bears really dominated that third period. They scored 3 goals, 1 empty netter, but they really played a sound, good defensive game, even though they were playing with only 5 defensemen in the lineup card tonight.
And you kind of seen the youth movement take over, especially on the defensive end for the Black Bears. Dakota Bond, the 2nd star of the game. Brendan Stengel, the 1st star of the game. First hat trick of the 2023-2024 campaign for the Black Bears. Skates all the way to the opposite end ice to get that T-shirt into the crowd. You love to see it, Brooks. But this defensive group has really changed from last season. They're an energetic group who can jump up on the rush a lot. Not having a guy like Colin Fitzgerald here really hurts. He's an excellent defender, and that's why he's still up in the ESPY. But this young core of defensemen has done a great job coming together as a unit to really take over where the Black Bears left off last season.
Love that transition fade from the video guys, as always. Thank you. We're talking about the Budweiser 3 stars of the game in depth on the other side of a timeout. While we have the opportunity, Alex, can you pull up the out-of-town scoreboard for us?
Of course.
All the games should now be officially underway here. Only 2 other games in the FPHL tonight. Motor City does lead Watertown 2-0 that game in the first intermission. And 1-1 between the Zydeco and the Seawolves, that game in the first period in the Coast Coliseum. So Mississippi and Baton Rouge tied at 1, and Motor City with a 2-0 lead over Watertown. That is a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Now we will go to the... Actually, you know what? I don't have to hit my commercials anymore because we're not on the radio. So we can just talk about the 3 stars right now. So 3rd star of the night with a goal and an assist, Gavin Yates. Really good stick handling all night long. Did take a shot in the back in the 3rd period about halfway through, but did finish the game out there on the ice. And good to see Gavin Yates, continue to produce at almost a goal per game so far.
Yeah, 100% Brooks. That production, him coming back from the SB, he's the type of guy that you love to see come back from the higher leagues. Brings a change of pace, great stick handling, and just an excellent form of game to this team. Had 3rd star of the game, had an amazing game where he led to probably one of the better assists we've seen so far in this young season. Him gliding all the way through all the offensive zone. That's the Gavin Yates we are used to here in Binghamton.
2nd star of the night goes to Dakota Bond, picking up a couple of helpers. I believe he has 2. If you could also refresh the stat sheet as well. I might have missed one. He might have 3 assists on the night. So this is live radio right now. So you go to play-by-play
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. And then we hit summary. And let's look at
3 assists.
3 assists for Dakota Bond. So I knew I missed one. 3 assists on the night for number 6 from Adrian College. And another guy spent some time up at the SP to start the year. He was in the Roanoke's training camp, but found his way here to Binghamton and has continued to dazzle so far. Doesn't have a goal yet to show for it, but a really good assist man.
And that's what, looking at Adrian Bulldog hockey last season, that's what you saw from Dakota Bond, a facilitator, an excellent team player, somebody who can really get after it in all 3 phases, getting the puck up the ice, defending, and then getting pucks in on net to the people they need to. I think the one you missed, Brooks, was Dakota Bond got the lone assist to Somero on that empty netter. The other 2 he assisted were both Brendan Stanko goals. So Stone, and actually the first goal of the game for the Black Bears was an all Adrian Bulldog goal. It was Daniel Stone, Dakota Bond, Brendan Stanko.
Oh, I thought
Black Bears built
Jesse
Bulldog
Anderson
tough.
had that assist. Okay, good, keeping me on my toes, Alex. So let's also get to the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. Brendan Stanko obviously with 3 goals tonight. Somero with the empty netter, his first of the year. Fletcher, second of the year, second against Danbury as well. And Tyson Kirkby with the lone power play goal of the night for Binghamton. Shots on goal, game total of 40 for the Black Bears. In the period, Binghamton had 16. Game total for Danbury, 34. And 10 in the period for the hat tricks. Danbury did outshoot Binghamton in the second period, 16-9. Danbury, though, does not score in the final period of play, while Binghamton adds 3 most of the night. Final score, 6-2. Alex, your final thoughts on tonight's contest. Binghamton picks up another 3 points with a regulation win, adds another puck to the board, now 8-1-2 on the year with 27 points atop of the Empire Division.
And honestly, that's exactly what the Black Bears need to do. They needed to go in there and get that win, get the 3 points so you head into Danbury Black Friday with already win in hand. If you can pick up a point there and then come back and win at home on Saturday, you are setting yourself up very well with a 7-point weekend. Hopefully you get the 9-point weekend, but a 7-point weekend nonetheless would be fantastic.
18th hat trick in franchise history, thanks to our friend Bob Howard of the Power Play Post Show for providing me with that stat, always keeping me on my toes. Do us a favor and check out binghamtonhockey.net. It's absolutely free, and you should do it to learn more about Binghamton hockey history. For Josh and everybody on the video crew here tonight, a shorthanded Black Bears on the ice playing with 1 less player. Shorthanded Black Bears staff as well, as all of the interns are out of town on Thanksgiving break. My partner, Alex Jones, I'm Brooks Hill, signing off for everybody at the Binghamton Black Bears. We hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We'll talk to you again on Friday night from the Danbury Ice Arena in Connecticut. Have a good one, everybody.